Hello, everybody, and welcome to CTN Sports Game of the Week. I'm Nick Wisniewski here along with Kevin, the Mayor Bryant, here at the hallowed Holloway Field on the campus of Pioneer High School. We have got city championship tonight, Kev. Pioneer, River Rats, as it should be.
I tell you, when I get goosebumps on this night every single year, not just because of who we're playing. Yeah, it's who Huron's playing I get goosebumps from. Yes, it's for the Ted Heisel Trophy. And when I spoke to both coaches, first words out of their mouth, we want to win this trophy.
Ted Heisel Trophy, city championship, senior night for Pioneer. We'll think of anything else we can pile on. Just check it out after this. Yeah. And as advertised, folks, a lot to be said about this game here this evening. Rats only 2-5 to the Pioneers 5-2, but we've seen some really good halves of football out of the River Rats, Kevin. Tell us what we're looking for here.
You know, talking to Coach Love before the game, he's saying the exact same things you're saying. He was saying two halves of football, and the first half is the one that he wants to focus on because they've been starting slow the last couple weeks.
Yeah, we saw that against Skyline before, a really strong second half, and now we'll see what Pioneer does. No fake. No fake, just went for it. They just went for it. That's what's supposed to be going on with Huron. Good job. Huron, of course, in the whites, kicking away to the Pioneers. Pioneers senior night here this evening at Holloway Field.
Aaron Menzago returns the kickoff.
You know, when we talk about Pioneer, we said this a lot last week, Nick. It's the athletes that they have to, Coach Griggs has a plethora of that he can go to. Watching the game last week, rewinding it and watching it on YouTube this week, I noticed that he had about 4 different running backs behind Hayes, the QB, but Hayes is a dual threat QB. He can beat you with his feet. He can beat you with his head doing the hard count as well. He's the quarterback that's going to take this Pioneer group into the playoffs.
And there you can see Hayes under center, a rare look for anybody in high school football. Good for them. Turns, hands it. Play fake, got me, and he's got a man open up the outside. Off his hands, though, is Malik Farha. I fell for that play action, hook, line, and sinker. I'm pretty sure the Rats did, too.
You know, last week, again, I'm going to go back to that because Hayes was throwing the ball so well deep. And here's another play where he gets it, sets his feet, and he throws this ball right on the money. You do not see this too often. Malik Farha dropping a ball, and he was tracking that one all the way in.
Yeah, he had Daryl Smith beaten.
He was
he
gone.
leads a little more. That could be it. Beautiful play action pass to start things off, but
Wow.
just can't quite connect. And now back into the shotgun for Cole Hayes and the Pioneers. Man in motion number 13, Jackson Paul McDonald. There's 11 moving as well. Kobe Callias. And one more just for good measure. That one to Farha. Farha gets the jet sweep. comes along the outside, but of course, penalty flag down by the 30-yard line.
And that's all we said last week when we were covering the Pioneers. Penalty flag, penalty flag. I'm anxious to see if this one was going to be maybe an illegal formation with all of that pre-snap movement.
Some sort of procedure. Yeah, there was a lot of guys moving.
First flag on the play.
And that was an illegal shift signal out of the official. We don't have the pleasure of having our officials mic'd up this week, and I think that's a good thing because they got really accustomed to that microphone last week.
Yeah, they like the spotlight, and let's be honest, Kev, spotlight's about us here.
Yes, man. Come on. Love it.
All right, let's bring up 2nd and long now for the Pioneers.
And this is what the Pioneers are doing constantly last week, putting themselves behind the chains.
Yeah, the penalties were killer for them against the Skyline Eagles. Hayes handoff, move right, cuts back inside. Nice play there. I believe is that Martin?
Eduardo Casares gets the handoff.
22 Casares. To check out the lead block there, getting into the play with Houston McCoy. Didn't really find anybody, but he created that hole by going through there. Casares is just followed the man. Didn't get touched really till about 8 yards downfield.
Gained a big chunk on that 2nd down. Got a 3rd and manageable here. Looking at 3rd and 4.
Watch that QB because if he sees an opening, he will use his feet and get this first.
Hayes back under center. Another play action. Bootleg rolls right. His left, excuse me. Hits his man. Toby Colias there. Colias first down and then some. Pioneers might be rolling.
Look at how Hayes takes his time on this rollout. Sets his feet, and Colias is so wide open. He looks like a center fielder. But watch this play. It opens up. Great pass and good block. That's what I was waiting for downfield. We didn't see that last week, but good block down the field by Sandy Lowenchest. He's one of the captains, so I'm not surprised.
Right, that's a leader out there on the field, and that broke away for first down and then some. Casares one more time to the left, picks up 4 or 5 yards on that one.
Coming up on defense there was Mike, the sophomore linebacker, number 36 for the River Rats. This is something we didn't see out of Pioneer last week, ground and pound, and with the quarterback under center. Strong run there by Casares.
Great blocking up front by the Pioneers, too, whether from the outside or those big guys up front. Hayes now out of the shotgun. He's got 3 wide right, 2 wide left. Nobody in the backfield with him. But we've got whistle but no flag. Timeout called, I believe, by Coach Love.
Yeah, I think the defensive coordinator out there is out there on the field, Marvin Robinson. I believe that's him. But, yeah, they had to call a timeout because it looks like Huron was out of position on that play.
So what have we seen from the Huron defense so far, and what can we expect to see moving forward with the rest of this game?
You know, we're not seeing any pressure. They're basically playing a base defense, and Pioneer is eating it up. The only thing that slowed them down so far was a false start play. Other than that, you almost had a touchdown on the first play. I mean, that's a splash play that I believe Pioneer have been working on all week long after the frustration of winning in overtime last week through all the penalties. Let's get a play that's going to get us feeling good about ourselves. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but this drive has.
Yeah, they've had a nice opening drive here for the Pioneers. They've got 9:53 to go here in this first quarter. Pioneers heading back out there. And you're right, just not enough pressure on the quarterback so far by the River Rats. It looks like they'll be rushing 4 at least on this one. But yeah, they've got that base defense out there. Just your simple zone
bend don't break almost,
yep,
you know,
exactly.
and right now it's bended.
Hayes in the shotgun. Casares.
Hayes.
RPO there. Hayes keeps that one, runs up the gut, picks up the first down, and then some.
I think Hayes even shocked his offensive lineman. If you can check this out, number 58 turns around, and he takes a look back because I think he looked back and said, wait a minute, where's my quarterback? I thought the running back was going to have the ball. Hayes, I told you, quick with his feet, quick with his decision-making skills as well.
9:42 remaining.
You got a Pioneer down right now, and that's Hayes.
You kidding?
He seemed to be okay. I mean, he was up, and then he just kind of flopped down.
And
you saw him a second there holding his shoulder. You don't like that at all.
No, that's bad news because Hayes went out for a couple games earlier this year. He came back last week, and he falls right on that right shoulder. All the way to defender fell on him as well. Man, I hope he's able to get up after that play.
Yeah, dude, big dude falling right on that shoulder, that point of contact there. Hayes is up. He's walking off of his own power.
You know, this really slowed down the Pioneers last week when Hayes went out, and you can see they're really being gentle with that left arm. Thankfully, not his passing arm, but when they came in with running quarterbacks, basically. It looked like, not Jang, but was it Alcamini, number 2? I think he came in and was just running jet sweeps left and right, and it took away the passing game. It's not a pleasant sight.
No, just the way he's gingerly going back there. And you're right. They've got Al-Kakani back there in the shotgun. You know, he did have a little bit of an arm, but you're right. Like this will be probably run heavy. There's your first look at it.
Oh,
and he's tackled, pulled down in the backfield. Wow, he almost got away, but just a whole lot of jersey rips him backwards.
Aaron Werner, number 55. Man, watch him grab a hold of this jersey. Still, check out Al-Kakani's balance, being able to stay on his feet, break that tackle. And he grabbed him like a little brother.
That's exactly what I thought. That's big brother just grabbing little brother's shirt and holding on. You're right, Al-Kakani, to his credit, he stayed up for the most part, but he got whipped backwards. That dude might have whiplash right now. Second and long, 2nd and 12 now, 2-yard loss on that last play. We might be seeing just a lot of running, and no sooner do I say that, Al-Kakani breaks free. He's tackled at the 20-yard line.
Look at him. He's still fighting. You know, and that kind of got him in some trouble last week, his passion, you know, being overly passionate about some of his plays. And they earned, and I'm saying they, the Pioneers, a couple of their better players, earned some stares and some up-downs because of that. But look at this run. He's still not done.
Yeah, he initially looked like maybe I'm going to go back there and pass, but it did that thought didn't last too very long.
It's got to be tough for an official when to blow the whistle when the player is still breaking free like that.
3rd and 9 now to go. Al-Kakani there, Casares to his right. He's going to follow that Casares lead blocker, and he's got a man to throw to. It's low, but no good. Tough throw to try to make that on the run.
Yeah, and when you're rolling to your right side and you're the backup quarterback, this is going to be a tough throw. Watch how Al-Kakani has the ball down low. He doesn't really bring it up high enough to spot his receiver at the right time because he was open earlier in that play. I thought they were actually going to run on that play to set up a 3rd or a 4th and short. But now we got a long field goal here, Nick.
Long field goal indeed. Trying to look in and get that number who's out kicking. That's number 7, if I'm not mistaken. Yep.
And we saw him try a 50-yarder last week.
Snaps down, good. Up and
true.
Officials say good. That's a good one, and that had some depth to it as well.
Yeah.
That wasn't just barely good. That was very good.
No, that was a good swat on the ball from Jang, and the way that Coach called that play, Coach Griggs, he knew he had a good kicker, and he just showed it right there on that play, right?
Yeah. I think that's a great call because at what were they, 3rd and 9.
And look at this, from 36 yards. I mean, that was all the way around. Good snap, because we saw some high snaps last week. Good hold and execution. I mean, that's the way you want to start off a drive, with points if you're Pioneer.
That's
you take
exactly
the ball
right.
to start, hey, let's get some points.
Yep, that's exactly right. Nearly, a 4-minute and some change drive. Looked pretty nice, and then, you finish it with 3.
And that has to help out with losing your quarterback by at least getting some 3 points on the play. All his teammates can go over to him, give him a dap, say, we finished this off for you, rest up, we got this, while you mend up.
Pioneers ready to kick away now.
Oh, no.
Or will they? Now,
got a penalty last week now, right?
They're bunched up like they're going back to that. I mean, this is the game, right? Like, this is the game against your rival. Last game of the year, senior night. This is when some of the shenanigans might actually, pay off, right? Or they might try. Like I said, I don't mind if they do something, fun and cool, but if it's just the usual head fake and then the pullback, I'm not going to say it's wasting our time, but
No, but we saw so many guys with injuries last week, and
Right.
they were grabbing their calves, grabbing their legs, and you just saw the kicker throw one through the uprights with some distance.
There's Jang, low bouncy kickoff. Trying to get to the outside. He had eyes for the outside, but he just couldn't get down there.
I think that was Darrell Smith, number 20. And yeah, I've always said the best kickoff returners are the ones that have no sense about themselves. They put their heads down and run straight into the fray.
Right, you've got your dudes in front of you. Let them throw some blocks. Try to find something that way. Just the whole idea of going outside,
Never
especially
works.
early on.
Never works.
It's tough. If you make a few guys miss going up the gut, then maybe you can decipher left or right depending on where some of those backfield players are. But yeah, just trying to start out outside. It just rarely works, like you said.
Jermaine Johnson QBing for the Riverettes. He's been in and out of the lineup, Nick, because of off-the-field issues. Good to see him back behind the center.
Johnson now from the gun, man in motion in front of him. Whistle before that one can even get going.
That one's going to go on the Rats. It looks like it was a false start on one of the tackles. Wrong way to begin, and that's a wrong way for the Pioneers. A scene like that, and it didn't look like Hayes was trying to get back into the game. It looked like they were just trying to take a look at that shoulder, probably.
Yeah, just take it easy, hang out. Don't worry about your helmet. Don't worry about your pads. Let's talk about it. Yep.
I mean, they do have another game next week before the playoffs begin, and right now, Pioneers in the position of trying to secure a home playoff win. They've already gotten to the postseason. Or a home playoff game.
Well, hopefully they get a win out of that game is the idea. Handoff up the middle, no go for the Rats on that one. Just ran right into a scrum.
Yeah, what we saw last week, Nick, was the Pioneers really being aggressive, manning that offensive line, not putting really people back deep, and pushing up right through the center, that A-gap, and that's exactly what happened there. I think that's 66 on the bottom there, making one of the good tackles, Ashford. That's just the way that this Pioneer team, their style of play.
Yeah, they had 2-3 dudes break through. They're right, that wasn't even a blitz. That was just a full-on rush on.
Yeah, that was a collapse of that offensive line for the Rats on that first play.
2nd and 21, not the way you want to get started, just in the shadow of your own goalposts there. Scrimmaging from the 9-yard line. Shotgun is Johnson. He's got 3 to his left, and that's which direction he's starting to run. He does almost get around that edge. I thought he had it. I thought he had around that edge, but Pioneer said, no, sir.
Yeah, and you just talked about this, Nick, during the kick return. The punt return. Running to the outside, it kind of is, it's a misnomer. It looks great right now, but then check out this pursuit. Houston McCoy comes in and that's almost a safety. You can see the goal line right now. Now the playbook is, we need to get some room to make a punt.
Well, and you said it before, getting around that edge is tough, but getting around that edge around one of your better players on the field, Houston McCoy, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, and Pioneer's defense is built off of speed. They're not a strength team. They're fast everywhere.
3rd and 21 now.
You better go to a good play here.
Johnson from the line of from the shotgun. Hands it off up the middle, and I think you're right. I think they were just trying to get a few yards to maybe get in a position to punt so they're not punting out of their own end zone.
This might help them out. I wonder if this is going to be an offsides call or is it going to be a legal procedure?
It looks that official is already pointing towards the Rats.
That's one that Pioneer probably just say, hey, we don't need this one, decline it, and let them punt. It had to be, you could see some holding going on there, but it looked like the official said that it was an illegal procedure call. Either way, that's going to be the call on the Rats. It's going to be the procedure call, we thought. But either way, Nick, it was just a bad drive to start off the game for Coach Love.
And like you said, Coach Griggs opts to decline that penalty.
Yeah, I'm surprised he doesn't have 12, 13 people on the line of scrimmage trying to block this one. This is where you want to put pressure. You saw that first snap where they had pressure up the A-gap. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Man, Huron is shuffling players on and off the field. They don't know what they're –
They're coming out in masses. It was 4 or 5 guys then.
How many teams have 2 punt teams?
It's nice if we get it. It's Deacon Bochenik, I believe, there. And that one scoots by him, and that's going to be 2 for the Pioneers.
That's what we were talking about declining the penalty and making the Rats punt from their own, end zone. And everybody gets nervous on that, right? From the snapper to the punter.
Yeah, I tell you who didn't get nervous. Our guys down in the truck were itching to use that safety grab.
Haven't used it all year.
Often.
Yeah, that snap didn't make it.
No, the snap was way low. Way low. I mean, even like a shortstop.
But you see all the players,
that up. Yep.
all the players on that replay are running downfield. That's a coachable moment. Guys, we need to protect the punter. We'll get downfield and tackle the punt return.
2 points for Anna.
A lot of talking going on in there. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. This is a whole everybody get in here.
Stop moment.
Everybody
We
calm down.
Yeah,
Yep.
this way too early. 5 minutes and 11 on the clock in the first quarter, and we're going backwards on the scoreboard as well as the momentum for the River Rats.
Well, the momentum is the huge part there, right? I mean, but while this hasn't been the greatest start, it's only 5-0.
It's 5-0, but you kind of say Pioneer really only went backwards on the first play of the game. After that, they dropped that pass. They had a penalty. After that, they just went ahead, and they went forward.
Well, and something else that, most high school teams don't come into this situation very often.
Punt,
so
kick
that
off
might,
from your 20.
Exactly right. So that might be another thing. We're like, hey, we've got to get this portion of our special teams down, lest you get another penalty.
Yeah, and they're going with a conventional as opposed to a lot of teams go with a punt on this play. I wonder if they're just going to bounce this one down the field as opposed to trying to kick it and let the ball just maybe bounce into one of the River Rats' hands.
Yeah, for the special teams, this is definitely a kiss play. Just keep it simple, silly. Nice and high.
Uh-oh.
Fielded cleanly, and there's your run right up the gut, right up the middle. Sorian Sane there.
And we saw Sori Yassine do some magical things last week with the ball in his hand. And you can see the difference between the kickoff returns. This kickoff return goes north-south. I mean, he barely gets anything east-west. Not holding on to the ball, kind of the way the coach wants him to do. But, again, he's starting the Pioneers in Huron territory.
Which is exactly what you want.
Exactly.
Don't take up a lot of time. Don't waste a lot of energy trying to look left or right. Although it almost looked like he was going to lateral it or pitch it.
Yeah, I was scared about that.
Right. Yeah.
But on a free kick, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to start your offense on the opponent's side that just kicked it to you. Now, who's going to be in? They still
Al-Kakani's still out there now.
Yeah. But look at this. They're going to go him under center. We didn't see this last week.
No, we surely didn't. Got 2 men behind him. I wonder if that's actually going to be used as a fullback straight away.
Look at Houston McCoy. Oh, maybe they shouldn't put him under center.
Seems simple enough. But,
I tell you, Nick, that's usually the first. Way back in the day when we had leather helmets, that was the first play that we would do. We would have the quarterback in the center exchange. Snap, snap, snap. Then you add the lineman into the play. Right there, that ball hit him in the hands.
It surely did, and I wonder if him and the center weren't on the right count, because it seemed like he was leaning forward expecting the ball,
good
and it
eye.
just never got there.
Very good eye. Second-string quarterbacks, he's not accustomed to doing this, so.
But here he is again. Learn on the fly. El-Kakani under center, 2 men back.
That still
Lead
wasn't
block
clean.
out in front of him. Hand off to Houston McCoy. Picks up a few.
Yeah, but maybe even that, if we look at the center quarterback exchange, it looked like a little bobble there by Al-Kakani. And, it led to Houston McCoy getting the ball. A little bit of a bobble. He did get it low, though. He did get it low. He wasn't put in the breadbasket.
Yeah, the exchange was off just a little bit. You have to wonder if, like you said, if it was just coming away from the center a little bit too slow.
Different. It's so different.
2nd and 16.
This is where he's more accustomed, where he can see the field. As an athlete, he can make a decision to pass or run.
Well, it seems like it's very often run. El-Kakani now, he's got his man out in the flat. Nice job
Great
there
block
by Farha. Farha makes a man miss. and he falls over the 30, and that's a first down for the Pioneers. Nice, easy, confident building pass for
That's what I
Al-Kagani.
like about that call, because it's not high risk, it's high reward. But check out this block, and I think that was 13. JPM coming in on the play here. Look at 13 on the top. That's a great block that sets that play up. And check out 55 finishing it off. That is a good call when you have a backup QB.
And that's also what you love. You love getting the ball out there to your stars, your playmakers right there. And Malik Farha was just that on that play. First down now for the Pioneers, 3:48 to play.
There's the ball.
Ball on the turf, and that's going to be still scooting around. Huron seemingly had it, scooted out, and now they have it for sure. And the River Rats just facing down problems, and now they come up with one.
You know, in a rivalry game, you throw these records out, and this is what you want to do. You want to have your players play a play. Don't play a game, don't play a quarter, play a play. Houston McCoy looked like he wasn't even expecting that ball. He just ran around, and he turned around and looked back at Al-Kagani and is like, you mean you gave me the rock?
And there's some, who is that? That is
That's the River Rat side, I think.
That's the River Rat side, okay.
Yeah. The blackout on this side.
I like it.
I think they had the same coordination going last week between Skyline.
Yeah.
It was a blackout, whiteout kind of deal.
Just have Mom wash that shirt, and we'll go back out Friday. No big deal.
Maybe these schools should get school colors.
All right, Rats back at it. Nice job by Johnson. Makes a man miss before finally being brought down about the 36-yard line. Yeah, that was a nice move to get away initially by Jeremiah Johnson.
Yeah, it looked like Jane came in on that tackle from the outside. But yeah, watch this move here on McCoy. And he almost slipped out of his shoes. Johnson. Yeah, I didn't know that turf was that slick out there tonight.
Well, and you know, anybody watching this trying to think back to how this Friday was, it was ice cold this morning.
Yeah.
Winter jacket weather. Got warm real fast.
I told him Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, I think I got a sunburn out, possibly golfing today. Well, that's what you're saying.
For you.
Don't know.
Rubbing it in.
But now, again, it's getting, the temperature is dropping. It's chilly. So, yeah, so that dew point is going to be an issue. Shotgun, then the handoff there. Santana Jones. Jones looks like he's got the first down.
And that's the first down for the River Rats, and that's exactly what it needed. Brings out the cowbells ringing and gets the fans into the game. Also, it gets your defense a little bit of a breather. They've been out here the entire first quarter.
Yeah, they've got to be dying for that rest. Yeah, Santana Jones, one of the more prolific running backs here for the River Rats. Jones once more from the shotgun. Excuse me, Johnson from the shotgun. Jones to his right. RPO Johnson. Johnson tries to go to the outside, but he is leveled by a Pioneer.
I think that was Farha.
Yeah.
And Farha last week, he had a couple unsportsmanlike penalties. Look at this. Look at how he's doing, going back to the huddle, not jawing with anybody. He's learned his lesson from those penalties last week. His coaches got on him, as well as probably some of his teammates, I would gather. Watch him come up, though. Woo! That was a violent hit.
Yeah, he had him lined up and just laid into him. That's a good, clean, strong hit.
Jake Kowalko, number 14, slowed him up first on that play.
2-yard loss on that one. Hands it out.
Razzle.
That's Johnson
dazzle.
there.
Throw it away, my man.
Stays up and then still launches one out to a man. Caught number 6, Angelo Rivera. And Rivera gets just a little bit past the initial line of scrimmage. I mean, I'm happy he got rid of that and that kid caught it.
I'm saying throw it away.
But absolutely, I'm
But look at Graham, look at this. I
that.
love the way he reset himself. He's like, oh, wait a minute. All right, now it really set in. And I don't know how he found that guy.
No, well, and again, great job there by Rivera. He is coming back to make sure to help out that quarterback.
Oh my God.
And he needed some help because he was under much duress. Quick out throw there to Nate Sidney. Sydney picks up a few more. Curious. I mean, we're going to have 4th and 3 or 4.
Yeah, and that might be the last play of the quarter to give Coach Love some time to think about it. They're actually rushing to the line of scrimmage like they want to snap in the final 20 seconds.
Or maybe just try to draw the defenders offside.
I would do that.
You've got
I would hard
15
count it.
seconds as this is going down. Just, offensively, hey, we're not really going. Let's just hard count it every single time. And they fell for it.
There you go. We talked about the hard count being a play all year long. Smartly done there by the Riverettes.
Yeah, I don't think the Riverettes had any plan to actually go for that. They were not going to hike that with 6 seconds to go here in this first quarter.
That should have been for the Pioneers. Watch the ball. Watch the ball. Watch the ball.
So that's a first down for the Riverettes.
And now they're in the Pioneer territory to really start off this second quarter.
6 seconds to go in the first quarter.
They've got 6 seconds to do a little something with this here. And now clock gets going. Obviously, they're not going anywhere. That'll do it for the first quarter of play.
That'll do it.
CTN's game of the week. Those Huron players are jacked up. They're ready to go. Stick around. We'll have second quarter action coming up right after this.
I'm Dana Denha.
And I'm Melissa Bondi, co-host of Adventures in Parenthood, where we take a ride on the roller coaster that we call parenting.
Tune in to CTN Channel 16 or visit youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor to watch all our episodes.
And keep watching for new guests and topics of all kinds related to raising our next generation.
Tune in to FYI to watch in-depth interviews on topics that matter to you. Check out youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor for an archive of episodes.
Welcome back, everybody, to CTN Sports Game of the Week. Start of the second quarter here from Pioneer High School. There was a lot of Pioneers in that first quarter, Kevin, but the Rats are moving.
Oh, it's still a ball game, one-score game. Brandon Willis now in the game at quarterback for Huron, and what a play here.
Willis is, he's really athletic. He can make plays with his feet, but he can make those throws as well. That time, I think the Pioneers were just dialed in on it.
Yeah, and it looks like Johnson is on the bench right now, the quarterback that was moving the ball for the Riverettes to begin the game. Good decision here by pulling it down by Willis, and just nobody open. Coverage sack. Good defense, really, by the Pioneers.
Yeah, really nice defense by the Pioneers. Coverage sack is exactly the way to describe that one. And this defensive line for the Pioneers keeps coming up big for them in big moments. Second and long now.
I think Pioneer respects the Huron passing game a little bit more than they did the Skyline one. They had everybody in line of scrimmage last week.
There's Willis telling people where to go, but still ripped down at the 50-yard line. 31 for the Pioneers, Napier.
Shamate Napier comes in, and he did not let go of Willis on that play. And check out this. Napier comes on a blitz. Pioneers sent both linebackers coming in. Napier's on the outside. Again, I just mentioned that play before that, the Pioneer was sitting back in zone. That's that pressure that Coach Griggs loves. And now look at the down and distance.
So, and this is clever play calling by the Pioneers, switching things up, not giving a new quarterback, a fresh quarterback, the same thing to look at twice. They might be looking at a blitz again. Willis from the gun.
Yep.
He's got two left. Guns one up the left side, and he pulls it down, makes the catch. And I'm looking for a signal, though. He made it in the end zone. That's good.
That was the most lackadaisical touchdown celebration I've ever seen.
Well,
I thought he'd stop like it was a penalty or something.
I never saw an official call it. I never saw hands up. Did you? I mean, I'm assuming it's good. They're not stopping it.
It was good afterwards because the official in the corner said something. Watch the pass by Willis coming right to our cameraman. Ken, look at that. And watch him stop right at the goal line.
There it is.
I think it's a touchdown. He's looking over here. Is it a touchdown? Yeah. I mean, that was funny. That was great play for the Riverettes.
Huge play. Excellent job by Nate Sidney to go and get that while being hounded by 2 defenders. And now all of a sudden the Riverettes got something going for themselves here. Extra point is good. Jordan Kerr. And it's going to be 7-5. the rare 7-5 ball game as of right now.
I always hate those numbers when I get them in squares too. But look at the replay on this one. He just outthrew the coverage Brandon Willis did on that play. And I think both Farhas on that play misplayed the ball in the air.
That's right. I think you're exactly right because you can see both of their heads go back to look, and as soon as those heads went up there, that's when Sidney made that cut inside and grabbed it. So at some point they lost track of it, and that was the death of them.
Before the game, I asked Coach Love one player. Just tell me one player had a great week of practice. Nate Sidney. I mean, his first name is Nate Sidney. He practiced hard all week long. I expect big things out of him. Young kid. He's going to be a leader for this squad.
That's sophomore Nate Sidney.
Are you kidding?
That's a 10th grader.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah, that's somebody that you love to be able to work with because you can just see the talent in that young man right now.
Both of them, the quarterback as well as the receiver. Total execution on that play. Willis only a junior as well, so he's coming back.
Ensuing kickoff here for the Rats, and they're going to call offsides.
Offsides, that was easy.
Yeah.
That was an easy one. And these are small things in a game plan that just keep coaches awake at night.
You're exactly right. Like, how frustrating is that coming off of a play like that?
Deflating.
You're ahead, you're feeling great, and then just something so simple.
Man, just that. Yeah, we can take a look at this one all day long. Look at this shot by our cameraman, Ken.
Great angle. Great angle down there. Great
wait a minute. That's
pullback.
Katsumi down there on that camera. Whoa.
And just that
Look
first.
at the guy down here, though. The guy at the bottom of the screen. He's looking around like, am I reffing today?
Completely unsure. Well, the dude in the middle, he didn't even give it the straight up. It was more like an H or like a W. He's doing YMCA down there.
Maybe they're Pioneer grads.
Always a conspiracy from the River Rats. Rats backed up 5 after that penalty, ready to kick away now. Nice and high catch coming in. Pioneer tries to go up the middle, makes one man miss.
McCoy.
Eventually brought down at the 40. And maybe they are listening to you up here, Kev. Maybe, hey, this outside stuff, we're not getting anywhere.
Get it north and south. Oh, man. I think he's saying this is ours. I'm looking at a lot of stuff going on here, but check out the reaction from Sidney. I think he walked in there that slow to let people know who owns this place.
Maybe. Well, I mean, it was clearly confusing to the officials. They're like, I don't know who owns it. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's that guy. The most non-committal touchdown
He may have
ever.
acting in his
Never
future.
seen that. Well, and that had to been confusing for Sidney, too, right? Like, because you're used to getting in there and looking around and seeing just, like, all hands raised.
Yeah, but no penalty for any kind of unsportsmanlike play.
Pioneers back to work. Flag in the backfield. Farha gets off that sweep before he eventually goes out just shy of this line of scrimmage.
And it's called by the linesman again. It looks like another illegal procedure. And this is like the thing of the year for officials. Making sure that 5 or 4 people are in the backfield. Let's count, because there's only supposed to be 4 in the backfield, and it looked like the person that came in motion didn't really reset itself. If we can rewind that one back a little further, we'd maybe be able to see the reaction of the 5. It's supposed to be only 4 people, and there's 5 people in the backfield.
Yeah, I can't tell if that's Houston McCoy. No, it's number 13. That's Jackson Paul McDonald there. Yeah, like you said, he was still in motion, never really got set. Ball got sent on his way, and that was that.
Man, that's difficult too. Again, I'm gonna keep going back to this. I got backup quarterback in.
Yeah.
So when you have a different quarterback, cadence is different, timing is different.
Yeah, the whole rhythm, the whole feel of the offense is gonna be a little different, and you're seeing that a little bit right now from the Pioneers. Al-Kakani gets that loaf of bread in hand, looks to make the throw on the run, hits his man, makes the catch at the 50 and down. Are they saying catch on that? Sure looked like it.
Yeah, I think JPM did come down with that, Jackson Paul McDonald. Great job there by Al-Kakani. Hamadi turns into a good quarterback. Here, look at the way he put his feet in the right position, turned his shoulders, and threw the ball on point.
Well,
That's a clinic.
We definitely know that Al-Kakani is an athlete. He's got the skills, and I think that he's showing it right there with that throw. I did not for a moment think he was actually going to launch that ball. I just thought that was a straightaway run, especially the way he was carrying the ball. But he hits JPM, and it's 3rd and short, very manageable now for the Pioneers. There's a turnaround behind him, hand off to McCoy.
I think that's Caceres.
Oh, you are right.
In the only way I can tell, Caceres runs like a pounder. He runs hard. McCoy, he's a flash. He's going through that hole hard. And you can see here, good lead block there by, it looks like that was 13 coming in with a good lead block, but a good finish of the run, falling forward, 2 hands on the ball.
Paul McDonald with that block right out in front of him. Pioneers first down, about to scrimmage from their 45 on their side of the field. That one hands off Caceres again. Picks up 1 or 2.
And I'm not mad about this offense either, because it's a slow drive, and you're getting to see everything out of the Pioneers offense. You've seen a little bit of a roll, but you're not putting the team in a bad position.
Well, and hopefully the idea is the more plays you're out there, they get into that rhythm. They get the feeling where they're all on the same page and the tempo is the same, which we were just talking about.
I think coaches are already on that page because we're seeing different formations and calls this week.
Al-Kakani, play action pass, getting hassled down there, but he's going to pull away from his man. Still got somebody out in front of him before he's eventually brought down at the line of scrimmage.
Man, Casey Sharma, he did a great job of hawking down the quarterback because he never gives up. Watch Sharma. He comes off the line of scrimmage. Nah, I'm not going to get him. Look at where he's running. He's running to where he's going to be at. Had a teammate help him out. Great that Al-Kakani held on to that ball.
And McBride did a nice job of coming up. Like you said, Sharma just kind of eased him into it. And you're right, that ball did bobble a little bit there. So Al-Kakani, nice job
and you
of
mentioned
holding onto that.
It's getting slick out here. It's getting cooler out here. That ball is going to be harder to hold on to. Big 3rd down here.
5 wide for Al-Kakani. As spread out as you're going to get him right now. Prevent defense by the River Rats. He gets that one out to Aaron Manzago.
Haven't said his name a lot, but Aaron Manzago had a great game last week. Huge plays. Looks like Manzago injured himself on that play. He's coming up a little nicked. Man, this is just exactly what Coach Griggs didn't want to have in this game. All his playmakers coming out a little bit nicked up in the first half.
And Manzago had to go and kind of retrieve that one. That was a lead screen pass almost, and you don't like that.
And it was another falling on top of a player that could potentially have injured Manzago. Aaron grabbed that shoulder and kind of walked off gingerly to the Pioneer sideline.
Well, yeah, you mentioned we haven't talked too much about Manzago, but it was really Hayes throwing him the ball so much last week. I feel like they had a really nice connection. Maybe him and Al-Kakani just don't quite have that.
Man, on these 4th downs and shorts, I think defensive coaches are going to have to spend a little bit more time on discipline of watching the football, man.
Well, I mean, the River Rats should be saying, like, hey, we just did that to them. Why are you letting them do that to us?
And you can see Sharma, he was waving guys up. They were all excited about stopping and getting the play and turning over on downs, and that's exactly what worked against you.
Pioneers first down now at about their 30-yard line, 31.
Not big plays out of Pioneers today. We're seeing long drives.
Al-Kakani spread offense out there, 3 to his left, 2 to his right. He's looking left initially.
He's got time.
Juking and jiving back there. Thankfully, he's got some players. He's got nice pass protection. And then he throws an intercepted number 4, Nate Sidney on the interception. And now suddenly he's got offensive minded again. He's going out to the right side. One man left to beat. Big tackle. And the ball is loose. Are you kidding me right now?
He can't fumble it forward, but wow. There is a penalty back around the 50-yard line after Huron took possession of the play.
There's a lot to unbox with that play. Let's see where we can start with there. El Kakani breaking away, seemingly getting away from his man and launching that one upfield. Nate Sidney came out of nowhere.
Nate Sidney, he's been his hands all over this game, right? And watch how he tracks this ball down. First, El Kakani utilizing his blockers, and he was a foot away from completing that pass to Caceres.
Well, and then Sidney comes up with that interception, and man, he's just off to the races.
Yeah, and it didn't even look like it looked like he was losing that ball when he was going down to the ground, so it definitely was a fumble. They're going to bring it back, though, from where the penalty took place at, so Huron's going to lose some yardage, but the momentum, Nick, flipped back over on the side of the Rats.
Massive play all around, just shenanigans throughout the course of that play. But at the end of the day, here we've got the River Rats back on offense. Man.
Right after giving up the first down off of the false start, Huron comes back in this pass play. They're playing sound defense. This is a coverage sack all the way around. You can see River Rats, those white jerseys, are just shadowing the black jerseys. Good, just outstanding effort there by Sidney.
Athletic play, really athletic play by Nate Sidney to go up and get that and then go all the way up. And I'm curious to see who that Pioneer player was that ended up making that tackle. That was Farha that ended up making the tackle.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. Farha always gives it all he's got. But I tell you, that penalty took a lot out of the River Rats. And again, another penalty as we're talking on the River Rats. They're going backwards. And that just takes the air out of all of that momentum you just gained, Nick.
Right. You've got your fan base here. They're just on edge. Everybody's up. Everybody's ready to just explode. And now you're moving backwards before the play even starts.
Yeah, I mean the cheerleaders was going. Everything was going in the right direction for Huron. Student section was happy, but now they're waiting over 2 or 3 minutes before the next play. So everybody got a chance to go look at their phone, maybe check their IG, and see what's going on before the next play starts.
1st and 15 now.
Wow, I don't see that play.
Pitch out to the side to Jones. The old halfback toss. Santana Jones, though, despite seemingly losing some yards there, he muscled forward and might be close to the original line of scrimmage.
Nah, it's going to be a flag on the play. And I want to say this was another illegal formation because it was thrown in the backfield after the snap of the ball, Nick.
Just killer penalties.
These pre-snap penalties. And a lot of the coaches nowadays, and maybe the coaches will hear this and not like it, but they did.
Face mask all against Pioneer.
And they are calling face mask.
Pioneer face mask.
Foul there, yeah.
Did not hear it, did not see that one coming. That came really quick. That might have been from one of the defensive linemen getting his hands a little bit up into the face guard helmet area of one of the Huron players. Not sure if we can see that, but that is definitely going to help Huron out. Give him a first down and then move him back over into Pioneer territory.
Well, you've just got this shuffle going on here with the sticks right now. No big plays, nothing happening per se, but just back and forth, back and forth. River Rats coming up on the 50-yard line. 1st and 10. Willis now, he's ready to just fire it right from the jump.
A lot of contact out there. A lot of contact, no foul.
Pass is incomplete.
Incomplete pass. Angelo Rivera going up the right side. I mean, Willis, he was 2 steps and then gone.
Yeah, Rofel Jackson is the man out there on the top of the screen. And let's check out this replay because it looks like, that's Jang. They're both fighting out there, but it looks like Jang is holding him back with that right arm bar on the inside. Official, I think he might be out of shape because he was turning and running, trying to get ahead of the play, not actually keeping his eyeballs on what was going on. Did not throw a flag.
Might have been a little bit. Both of them had a little bit house and mother there, and I think they said just maybe let that one go. RPO, Willis holds on to that one, but the Pioneers ready, and they hit it to him right out of bounds there.
Yeah, he was a couple yards out of bounds. I see the Huron coaches are a little bit upset about that. I know the contact was really close to being hit before he went out of bounds. I want to see a replay on that because it's hard to tell, but it looks like Willis was over the inline before the Pioneer player takes him to the ground. He gets contact, it's right at the line, but he gets contact around the second line is where he goes down.
Yeah, and I think we'll say that tackle was already started, it just wasn't complete by the time it got pulled down. Third down now, 8 to go.
A lot of movement.
And you've got Angelo Rivera just jumping up and down like he couldn't try to be drawing more attention if he tried, and that's going to be an offsides on the Pioneers.
That's the third one.
Yeah.
That's the third one of the hard count. And, yeah, they're listening to us up here, Nick. I love the call. Because that's got to be discipline on your defense.
No, you're right. And the Pioneers, they're just as jazzed up as anybody, so they've got to dial it back a bit here. Man, that's 31 on the jump there. Napier, and we've seen him make a few big plays already, so
yeah,
he's just trying to get ahead of the count.
And a lot of times on third down, Pioneers brings pressure. So it's a good hard count call because, now you got them on their heels and not their toes.
Willis now hands that one off number 1, B.J. White.
A lot of territory to go to get that yardage.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Willis didn't just keep that one. On the RPO, it seemed like everybody was dialed into White there.
Yeah, and it looked like, because number 1 zeros in the play. That's why he hands it off. But I tell you, 1 needs to cut that one upfield. I mean, he was trying to get to the outside and no go.
Yeah, you're right. Dumbuya there, he was the man in the back there that forced that handoff to happen. Fourth down now, River Rats going for it. Spread offense, B.J. White in motion. A lot of Rats looking off to the sideline to see exactly what play is coming. I'm curious if this is just going to be a hard count.
No, this might have been called from upstairs. They're watching to see what defense the Pioneers are in. And they're trying to see, actually, they did call the timeout. Yeah, they were trying to see and put their players in the best position based on what the Pioneers were position they were in.
Well, that position never showed up because they had to call a timeout. I mean, it was just so strange to see not just the quarterback looking over there, but almost every wide receiver and a lot of the linemen.
That tells me that the play was getting called in from the sideline. The sideline was waiting from what they heard up in the press box.
So now, I mean, do you go back out there and try the same thing, or is it time to punt?
Well, no. I've never been a big fan of punting after a timeout. I've been a big fan of this stuff.
Been a great year, right? Great season. We've seen a lot of really good games.
Crazy.
Exactly.
Overtime last week, baby. That's a classic.
Yeah, we had a great fall on CTN Sports Game of the Week. You can see all of those games there. And we've seen some great players, some great athletes, too. I know some of those scores, not the closest thing you've ever seen.
You saw some great plays.
Yep.
And we'll see some of those great plays at the end of the year on our key plays in the game special for the fall.
Sooner, probably, rather than later, I think.
Here's one of the top plays that you have in your playbook if you're Huron.
Yeah, it needs to be one that's circled and underlined and highlighted. You're right. White in motion one more time, and that seemed like that was a false start.
Whoa. Yeah, it's 2 people moving at the same time. You had the receiver shuffling. Actually, Huron was smartly, they called timeout on this one to save the penalty so they can go again. But you can see on that replay, there was 2 people moving at the same time. Surprised that we didn't see a penalty flag, man.
Yeah, I'm actually a little shocked that one actually got that way, and they got away with that timeout.
Yeah.
They're fortunate, the River Rats.
Oh, exactly. When you're looking at that play, when 2 people are moving, penalty flag.
Well, and I mean, we just said it before it got going. Like, you need your A1 play coming out of that timeout, not an offensive penalty.
Yeah, and maybe you might see you've had Willis in at quarterback. You've had 2 quarterbacks in. Maybe we might see Johnson come back in and get back in at quarterback because Jermaine Johnson was the starting QB.
Well, and that might throw off the rhythm of the Pioneers as well. It seems like the Pioneers have been in there. It looks like number 3, Willis, is still going to be the guy as of right now.
Man, how long has this 4th down been? Jeez. Could have had a good snack break.
4th and 4, according to the sticks right now. Willis out there from the gun, 3 left. Willis looking left. Sets his feet, tosses long. He's got a man. One hand catch, brings it down. Are you kidding me right now? They say catch. Amazing grab there by Nate Sidney.
I got to see this one again because this is maybe the top play of the game so far. Watch Sidney here. I mean, he's got sticky fingers on this ball. Willis puts it in the only place that he can catch it in, and he tapped that ball back to himself. And people, watch this replay
every
right
angle.
here.
I want every angle.
Watch this one up. This is above average talent. Sophomore.
Just brilliant to get that hand up, knock it down, bring it down into the bread baskets, keep with it. Just the concentration of it all is incredible, Nate Sidney. And then as we're fawning over that play, another offensive penalty.
Yeah, I mean, both teams have been sloppy on the as far as these plays or the penalties are concerned. But I tell you what, that play there, that lit up the Huron sideline, got everybody going. And I tell you, Nate Sidney, he's whatever play you're calling, he needs to be involved in it.
Well, I mean, it was incredible what Willis did one more time. I mean, he took the ball, 2 quick snaps back, and just fired it.
Yeah.
He knew exactly who he was throwing to. He wasn't going to anybody else. And he fired it down there and just said, hey, man, go get it. And he did.
And how did Nate Sidney get behind Farha like that? You know it's a 4th and 5. You're keeping everything in front of you if you're Farha.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a straight-up go route, and he went. White in motion. Willis now looking left one more time. Santana Jones makes some men miss. He is right at the line. We're going to get a call. They're going to say...
No, I think he was short.
No, we've got a Huron touchdown call from the other side. Touchdown River Rats. Santana Jones does get in. Rats another touchdown.
Yeah, I think we might have to replace the near side linesman. He's not doing his job down there. He's watching a football game and not calling the football game. That was a clear touchdown coming across the line right in front of this place. Love the call, the screen pass, and look at how these blockers lead. I feel bad for Farha. He got a hand on the player. Well, check at this. Check at that. Wow, man.
He was short.
He was short by a mile.
He was short by a solid 2 or 2.5 feet, maybe a yard.
Yeah, he didn't even touch. He didn't fall into the end zone there.
Well, so I mean, you were playfully talking about that near side official, but he didn't call it because he knew it wasn't good.
So why didn't he come in and say that? That's what I'm saying. He's watching.
That's all
the
I have
game.
heard of.
He's watching.
You got me there. You got me there. I've got no answer to that. But yeah, that's a fortunate break for the River Rats.
Yeah, and Santana Jones again, just a hard running back, and look at it, he just follows his blockers, and then they gave him 6 points.
He's happy for it.
Yeah. Well, look at Farha. Farha's like,
Well, everybody on the River Rats side is politicking for it, and then you can see the 2 officials talking it over.
Yeah, and
then
the back official,
it was the wide man.
Yeah, the wide official made the call, but the 2 on the play side, and you can see the ones on the play side, they have a better view of the call there, and we never know what could happen on the next play.
Well,
know what's happening now.
14-5. No, yeah, it's on the board now.
Man, for Coach Griggs and the Pioneers, it has been a have to forget. You lose your quarterback, and now you're losing the game against your crosstown rival.
Well, especially the second quarter has just been all River Rats. Big interceptions, big touchdown plays, nice runs coming off the screen like that last one. I mean, the River Rats have got a lot to hang their heads on, and you're right, the Pioneers, they've just got to make something happen. Scooped up on the return before he's popped right at about the 35-yard line. Just go down.
Yeah, I think, who was that? Was that 24 on the scoop?
Yeah, Connor Bradley, I believe.
Yeah, look, he's got only guy out there with a hoodie on, so it's hard not to spot him. But I tell you what, that's a ball that you usually are not expecting as an upfield lineman. So good job for him.
No, that's
just making some positivity out of it.
Yeah, that's exactly true. I don't think he'd expected to get that by any means, and he might not get another one the rest of the year that way. So you're right.
Big drive here for Pioneer.
Well, and what the Pioneers have done so far this half is they have had some long drives. They've had drives that have taken up some time, eaten up some clock. Now they just need to keep that rhythm going here.
Maybe they'll go to Houston McCoy a little bit. We haven't seen or called his number a lot.
Al Connie from the shotgun. He's following his lead blocker, who was Houston McCoy, as you mentioned. Grabs himself about 4, but do we have another flag on the play?
Yeah, this one might be holding, I think, because it was thrown at the back of the easy call, holding on Pioneer. See if we can catch it. Bottom of the screen, number 62, I thought. He's got a good hand on the jersey here, but the penalty was thrown behind the play. Either way, it just hasn't been a smooth ride for Pioneer. Like you said, this entire quarter, they limped into this quarter, basically.
Yeah, not smooth. Rough, I think, is a really good adjective for what their offense has been since Cole Hayes has been out.
But it does look like Manzago is back in the backfield, and that is a positive sign because he is a big play athlete for the Pioneers.
Manzago, number 6, bottom of your screen now. He's wide right. El Kakani trying to set up traffic. Houston McCoy to his left. El Kakani, hard slap to get it going. He's looking for Manzago. You're right. He's looking right, trying to find his man. Manzago was open, but El Kakani on the run just couldn't get it out to him.
Yeah, I want to say Shama had the pressure coming in from that left end coming in. He beats it, and actually that's 36 coming in on the pressure. Zero's there as well. But smart play there from just letting that ball go out of bounds. Hamadi and not getting any lost yardage on the play.
It's going to be 2nd and 20 upcoming here now.
Man, you don't have a lot of plays in your book for 2nd and 20, especially with your backup QB in. Bro.
Exactly right. And I'm curious. I mean, they've got 5 wide. They're spread as they're going to get. I'm curious if he's just going to go for a run right up the gut. McCoy, though, gets the handoff, comes out around the side.
It's gone. Look at McCoy. Good run.
He got a good 10 yards out of that.
Yeah, see, McCoy is different. When he's running on that kind of parallel to the line of scrimmage, he's actually making some uphill moves. And he's trying to turn that corner. He's not trying to get all the way to the end line before he turns it upfield. Look at him right here. He gives a stiff arm. He's trying to get upfield, then he makes his cut.
Yeah, he's a savvy runner. Again, another one of those athletes that knows what they need to do to get to where they need to be.
3rd and forever now.
Yeah, long ways. 3rd and 12 is what they're going to call it. JPM seemingly lead blocker out in front of El Kakani. And I'm curious if they're trying to get a little hard count, trying to pull that River Rat defense off.
It just looked discombobulated from the beginning. JPM comes in, runs in at the end of the play. In the 3rd and 12, that's odd to see Al Kakani up under center. And so, I mean, that was weird all the way around for the Pioneers. Good time out here by Coach Griggs because they really want to keep their offense on the field.
Yeah, it's time to reset and pull out that solid play. And it almost has to be a pass play, right? Like,
I would hope
you can't
so.
just let it run through it. But yeah, you're right. He comes in right off the sideline there, still looking at the offensive coordinator, kind of unsure what to do.
Yeah, it looked like he was away from the whole team as well, like he was either getting treatment or water, something that they were like, hey, where you at? You know you're supposed to be in the game on this play.
They called his number on that one. He said, oh, now? Me? Okay. Wise use of a timeout for the Pioneers. Offensive shift, 3 wide receivers to the right. El Kakani from the gun.
I still would be watching Manzago at the top of the screen. I mean, he's by himself now.
And El Kakani looking for him the whole time, but with that spread out in front of him, tries to run a gap, but brought down nearly one-handed, number 55, Aaron Weiner.
We've seen Warner's name before, and just check out the way he comes through the line of scrimmage, defensive tackle. He fights off the blocker there, and as Al Kakani's trying to make something happen, and he did have eyes on Manzago, he just gets caught.
And Weiner might have saved a first down there. It was a great job.
So.
Like you said, fought off that block, turned around. I mean, he's a big kid. He brought El Kakani down almost one-handed.
You can hear it from the stands. Watch the ball. I love it.
3:52 to go here in this first half. Pioneers getting ready to punt away. Seems like a max protect.
Oh, wow.
River
Get
Rats.
away. Get away.
That one bouncing.
was
And
fire.
you're right. That's exactly right. Those River Rats, they didn't get away from it nearly fast enough.
No, and that's on the Darrell Smith. He's the returner. He has to be up there. He's screaming, "Fire, fire!" trying to get his teammates out of the way. Right now, he's looking at the ball. He needs to be running up there. Fire, fire! He's backing up, and I don't know why. He needs to be running to the play and letting his players know what's going on.
That's the big
communication.
Thing, right? Yes, that player in front of him had no idea that ball was coming down. He's trying to block. Exactly right. Yeah, not his fault that ball dropped almost right at his feet. You're right. That's your returner's job to call that out. Yeah, that dropped right to him. Yeah,
right, almost hit his foot. So right now, everybody is yelling, "Fire, fire, fire! Poison, whatever that hot word is." But now Huron, with 3 timeouts remaining here and 3:35 on the clock, they can really take command of this game if they can find a way to the end zone, Nick.
Yeah, Willis looking in there for the play call.
Somebody's not in the game.
No.
Somebody's not in the game, and this is going to cost a timeout to the coaches. Timeout to the River Rats. Same thing we just saw on this other sideline is happening to the Rats.
Well, that's a penalty.
Delay a game. So they ate the timeout because, you know why? They're going to be throwing this ball downfield. 5 yards is not as important as this timeout is for the River Rats. And the ball, if it's incomplete, will stop the clock too.
Right. Yeah, exactly. 3:35. They got lots of time here to work with. Willis now fakes the handoff. Looking downfield. He's got a man blocking out front, but he's just going to run. But brought down on the edge by the Pioneers.
Man, Craig Newman, 44, great job of shadowing that quarterback. It's like he was, just knowing that Willis might run that ball, and he brought him down with an open field tackle. If not, Willis is still running up the sideline.
Newman in on the tackle.
Yeah, Willis was ready to go on that one, and Newman was ready for it, just like you said.
And he's coming through, and you can see Newman look at him. He's just spying him.
And that might be the game from here on out for the Pioneers. Have that linebacker spy to not get beat that way. Like if he wants to toss these infinite passes down the field and have Sidney or whoever make these incredible catches, like, hey, go for it. But you're not going to beat us with something simple.
A call here I would love to see. The clock is just moving and moving and moving. Huron doesn't want to get the ball back to Pioneer, right? Why not throw one of those nice screen passes you did before? Pioneer's defensive line is aggressive.
Well, now you got Willis going in. I don't know if he's looking for a play call or
this has to be a timeout.
Wide receiver.
This has to be a timeout coming. Wow, they lost another 5 yards.
That's another penalty. So that's going to be another.
What the heck is going on where they're not snapping the ball? This is ridiculous. This is the River Rat coming out of me now because I can't believe they just gave up 10 yards for free.
And now we're looking at 2nd and 18. Willis fires it away quickly. Nate Sidney makes the catch. And he fell forward. He's got a few yards off of that one.
I can't believe it took over 3 minutes to call that play. That's ridiculous on the coaching staff for Huron. They put themselves behind the chains.
Sidney, nice job of making that catch. Shakes 2 Pioneer tacklers initially.
Yeah, but you just threw a bubble. You threw a bubble after taking 2 penalties. Now you're going to take a timeout. I don't know what's going on with the coaching staff right now. You see a lot of jawing from the coaching staff to the players. The players need some direction, coaches.
Yeah, it just seems like everything's a little confused. No, you're right. Nobody's on the same page. Nobody's on the same book.
Wait. Are we going to go? Are we going X this week or are we going Twitter?
It's still Twitter. I'm still calling
okay.
it. Yeah, nobody's on the same Twitter feed. Nobody's on the same YouTube page. Even though these are all
we do get likes though. We do get likes on our videos. I like that.
And for any behind the scenes, check out the Instagram. There's always great shots of the camera guys and gals, people in the truck. Again, those behind-the-scene photos, if that's what you're looking for, that's the IG. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Boy, I got to see something different. I got to see something. I'm sorry, out of that time. I'm still a little bit heated. After Huron got the ball, had a great opportunity to move it up the field, but they decided to gift 10 yards over to Pioneer.
And now 3rd and 10, 3rd and long. 1:56 to go now here in this first half. Man in motion in front of Willis. Willis, nice stutter step fake by number 11 down there, and Willis running for his life now. before he's eventually caught and brought down by 2 Pioneers. Good job on him for getting away from that and making something happen.
They're waving the clock as a stop, but on the scoreboard it says no timeouts for Pioneer, and they're pointing Pioneer timeout. That's odd. I know you see this scramble here and nowhere to go for Willis. Great job of holding on to the ball for Willis, but I thought while he was scrambling, I glanced at the scoreboard, no timeouts listed for Pioneer, but Pioneer was granted that timeout. Really odd. And I'm getting it mixed up. That's why I love my broadcast partner up here. He's telling me I got it totally wrong. And
those weren't my words.
No, that's my words. I got it totally wrong that was Pioneer with 3 timeouts, and Huron was really just trying to run the clock out.
It seemed like that, but,
yeah,
and that's definitely why they took that penalty. But it's still
you don't do that.
Exactly.
You don't.
That's killer. That's crushing.
Now we can look, and now they're dropping it down to 1 timeout. It was just 3 timeouts ago for Pioneer. So did they call back-to-back timeouts?
Well, they definitely called that last one. Yeah, Pioneer definitely called that last one. They want to stop the clock on this 4th down so that they can get the ball with as much time as possible because, man, they need it.
And Huron did that snap. They snapped it out of the end zone, too, so you got to be alert if you're Huron's line here and the punter.
Yeah, but nonetheless, that might have been offsides on the Pioneers. Man, just the line of scrimmage penalties. Oh, never mind. That's going to be on the Riverettes full start. And this has just been a disastrous drive for the Riverettes.
Man. It says 3, right? To 1. To 3. To 1.
That is not CGI. That is not artificial intelligence. It went from 3 to 1.
Wow.
So, and it's still
lucky for the Rats that it didn't go back up to 5.
Yeah, exactly right. So there's just confusion about timeouts all around. It's not just us up here.
Yeah, but the Rats, so many penalties on this possession. You're right. This is just one you cannot look at if you're looking at film. Oh,
River Rats, real high punt. Not so deep, though. Takes a Pioneer jump. Oh, and you got a player down at about the 5-yard line. And I don't know, did he run into the kicker?
We got to look at it because that's a Pioneer person that's down rolling on the ground. Can't see the number. Man, that looks like Farha. And, he comes in on the play. Is he blocked into him? Yeah, he's blocked hard there. And he fell back hard on his back.
Yeah, Akram Farha was coming in full steam ahead, and he got a serious block put on him.
Was that Werner?
Yeah.
He's a big guy. He does stuff like that. And that's why he's back there as a protector for the punter.
Exactly. And I don't believe didn't seem anything malicious.
I didn't see
Farha was just going at him full speed. And like you said, he's just a lot bigger. And nonetheless, there is a flag down there right next to him. So I'll be curious to see what this is coming up.
And you see Coach Griggs right there in the middle of the field talking to the official in the white cap. He's trying to get an answer on that play as well.
Listening patiently.
Yeah, well,
patiently is doing a lot of work with that.
That's a stern look out of that.
Exactly right.
I do not want to be in the locker room while he's talking at halftime.
Yeah, you could almost just see his lips like, okay, but that's not what he wants to say. No. That's not how he's feeling. He's not feeling okay about that.
Yeah, but what's going to be the call here? We got to definitely see what the call is on this play because was it running into the kicker?
I don't think that he got any piece of him, did he?
No,
not at all. And then even after that replay, you never saw the flag come in.
No, but the flag came in hard from the umpire, and he throws the flag in so hard that he definitely saw something egregious because it wasn't one of those just drop flags. And so it might have been a hold. Possibly. Could have been a hold.
Possibly. In the meantime, Farha is up of his own accord. He's walking off seemingly okay, shaking that one off.
Staring the official down to see what that play was, and we still can't see what the call was.
Well, it looks like, are they going to re-kick it? So it must have been on Huron, maybe pre-snap.
Or during the play. But as the Pioneers, you want them to kick it again to get better field position out of this.
Well, better field position, and you always got another chance of another bad snap.
Of course. And that kick that kick went more up in the air high than it went far downfield.
Yeah,
so.
real high. River Rats ready to kick this one away again. Pioneer return man at the 40-yard line. Another real high, not so deep punt. That one bounces back. Yeah, there you go. You got to stop on that at the 25. Heads up play there by the Rats.
Back, though? Are they going to bring it back to the 26 where he first touched the ball, or where he gained possession of the ball? I always think about that.
It's possession, right?
Is it possession?
I believe in high school.
They did take it back to where he gained possession of it, not where he touched it.
And man, Pioneers have a chance to do something, get themselves right back in this game.
Yeah, but do they have 2, 1, or 0 timeouts left? The clock operator's not being friendly to the home squad.
Clock says 1, so I'm going with 1 until we see another jump.
I thought they had an early timeout too.
All right, we'll see what Pie High can dial up here. We got
QB.
Farha there at not under center. I love to say under center, but that's not right. From the shotgun, Malik Farha now. Farha looking center the whole way, hits his man cutting up the middle. Great pass into Callias, I believe.
Man, he looked like a QB on that play.
Sure did. I mean, and he had his mind made up the whole way. I think that play was straight up drawn up. This is where it's going.
1-2, I'm letting it go. And I love throwing the ball over the middle. More teams need to exploit in between the hashes. Not all of these passes on the outside numbers.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. Farha back again, looking El Kakani up to the left, but Farha's got some speed. Makes a man miss up the middle. Shakes off a hit, going into the end zone, and no doubt about that one. The officials call it, and that is touchdown Pioneer.
In a bottle, this guy here, he does it all, folks. And like I said, Pioneer has a plethora of athletes. And Malik, we've said his name for several years now, and he just sniffed out that end zone, no doubter.
And just ran his man over to cross that goal line, too. He was not going to be denied goal line. Smashes into him. I mean, it was a nice job by the River Rat player to get low and try to put something on him, but he just got run over by a dude who had his mind set on getting in the end zone.
Man, the Huron coaching staff's going to rethink this last couple minutes of this quarter. They lose they're still going to have the lead going into the half. But man, the momentum just jumped on the sideline for the Pioneers.
Pioneer gets the extra point, down only 2 points now. But Huron will get the ball at half.
At the half, and you know, that being said, with only 50 seconds left, if I'm Huron, watch the onside kick, guys. Pioneers trying to, roll it up now.
And that would be the play to build off this momentum, right?
Yeah, because even if you don't get it, you're still giving them half the field, but not a lot of time.
Well, and not to pick on Huron, but they've just had all these little miscues, little problems. Let's try to compound that. Like let's kick somebody while they're down.
Yeah, exactly. And it's going to be easy when it's your crosstown rival.
Oh, yeah, real easy to kick that guy when they're down.
This is one that both teams, both coaches definitely want to put in the W column.
Pioneers aren't showing any sort of shenanigans other than the usual showing of the shenanigans.
I mean, this is the time. We keep saying this is the time.
Yeah, you've got to think that you can see Coach Love down there starting to reposition some players. He brought them in a little bit tighter.
A little bit. That's smart.
And if you're the Rats and that ball, if you're Rat up man and that ball gets hit to you, just fall on it.
Oh yeah, you're not down to return this.
Just smother that and call it a day.
Ball security.
Yes. Fakeroo. Don't get too anxious. Don't get too anxious on the Fakeroo.
And Yaman Jane, he has a big leg.
It does seem just unnecessary.
Smart.
Squibber up there. Right into, I believe that's Angelo Rivera. Rivera can make some guys miss. He's fast.
Wrong way.
Almost got swung around back. He was going the wrong way.
Yeah. And I like what you were saying before that play. When you get the ball on a bouncy ball, follow the ground. I mean, just secure it. I think he actually lost yards on that return.
Right. There's 50 seconds left. Nothing's going to happen there.
No. Right now, you just want to secure the ball, go down. And if anything, this is the wrong way to go. Outside. Houston McCoy wraps him up, and he's not going to let you go.
No, and he ran into, I mean, there were at least 5 Pioneers right in front of him. Not 15 yards upfield. We're talking 3-4 yards right in front of him. nowhere to go. Just fall. No big deal.
Enjoy.
Well, Huron doesn't have anything to lose. Just throw the ball up to Sydney.
Yeah, maybe. Why not? You're right. Well, I mean, we've seen Willis do that. Just two and a half steps back, drop, and then chuck it. Why not?
Yeah, and he's double covered on the bottom of the screen right now, but he's beaten double coverage already.
But this Pioneer defense doesn't look very preventy, does it?
No, they're right up on the line of scrimmage.
And that's
Smart.
Willis knocked away. Yeah, Willis tried to get the ball over to Santana Jones,
Yeah,
but a lot of dudes
Dumbuya.
in his eye. Yeah.
Dumbuya gave him the Mutombo block here. Rest in heaven, Dikembe Mutombo. But look at that block. Wave the finger. that was like a shot block, right?
No, I was just taking to the basketball court right there. I'm already in winter season when I saw that, because you're right. That was just knocked down, hit it into the stands. That was that. 41 seconds now. Willis looking left, harassed by those Pioneers again. And I mean, maybe this is the idea. Like, shame on me for thinking, hey, just pull back and prevent. But they're rushing, maybe trying to force another error.
And that is the MO of this fast Pioneer defense, is to come in. Not a lot of blocks there, but a good pressure coming in by number 5, Christian Gary. We said his name on the wrong side. Glad to see it on the good side, playing sound defense on that play.
Yeah, Christian Gary did a great job of containing Willis on that one. 6 seconds to go, third
Why
and
hike
19.
it? Why hike it?
I say just let it
Stand up
run
and
out.
walk to the sideline, guys.
They're bent on going. Willis, there it is, goes deep. No man, though. And like you said, worst case scenario, maybe you get a penalty on that one. But there is a flag down in the backfield.
Yeah, I think it was on Huron, and it probably will be declined. Another one of those penalties of players just lining up, and a legal procedure call there. Right from the linesman. And again, those are things that you should be able to clean up in week 8 of your season.
Well, everybody rushed off the field. Nobody on that field right now. But that will do it for the first half of action here on CTN Sports Game of the Week. Stick around. A lot can still happen. We've got things happening here, Kev.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to rock. Welcome to tonight's halftime show performed by the Pioneer High School Marching Band. Tonight's Symphony Band and Concert Band Purple are joined by Concert Band White, taking you on a musical journey through the golden age of rock and roll, featuring some of the most iconic anthems to ever hit the stage. From head-banging riffs to timeless melodies, we've got it all for you. So crank up your air guitars, put on those concert tees, and let's dive into the world of rock. Hold on to your seats, because we're kicking things off with a wild ride down the tracks of rock history. Here comes Ozzy Osbourne's legendary hit Crazy Train. Get ready for shedding guitars, powerful horns, and a rhythm that's about to take you all aboard this crazy train. Conducting the band in her final game as drum major, please welcome Valentina Carcassi as the band starts the show with a bang. up, we're bringing some high voltage energy with AC/DC's classic hit Back in Black. The Pioneer Marching Band is about to turn up the volume, bringing you that heavy rock sound that gets your heart pumping and feet moving. It's bold, it's brash, and it's totally unforgettable. Let's rock and roll. Conducting the band is this year's assistant drum major, Michael Wu.
Hi, I'm Mitch with CTN. Did you know CTN is available on both Android and iOS platforms for free?
That's right. You can find us on the Cablecast app. Just look up CTN and all your favorite local programs are right at your fingertips. But that's not all. CTN is also on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. If this is for you, visit a2gov.org/CTN. Then navigate to the About tab for instructions on how to set it up on your device. And subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you can watch our live meetings and all of our CTN-produced programs at youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor. So come watch CTN, where we aim to connect, create, and communicate.
Down low, looking into the middle for Denninger, and Denninger not to be deterred. Back to Denninger, Denninger, the alley-oop, just malice in her eyes, and that one lobs in. Denninger, Allie Denninger. Denninger received that shot, almost like a Hakeem Olajuwon there. Looking down at some second half action, getting ready to get going here. The home team Pioneers getting ready to kick off after that second quarter. I got no words.
Yeah,
got no words about that second quarter. It was all over the place. It was ugly, but there was also some pretty great plays mixed in there too.
Yeah, plays by some of the players that we didn't expect, especially from the Pioneer sideline coming from the quarterback. We saw some great defensive plays, but it was really an ugly quarter as far as scoring and smoothness is concerned.
Yeah, ugly is probably just the best word to run with that. And here we have the Pioneers with their standard shenanigan kickoff. I'm just going to call it the shenanigan kickoff.
Yeah,
I'm not calling it a fake anymore.
Not fake?
It's
Okay.
the hijinks kickoff. There we go. That one's away.
Oh, nice kick, too. Look at that. Down to 5.
Yeah, imagine if you just like went right for it initially. Like that thing would probably be in the end zone. Returned up to about the 23-yard line, and the River Rats coming out of that halftime have got to be cleaner.
Yeah, I really tell you the way that the pre-snap penalties really, just stopped several drives before they can get going for the River Rats. And after the play started, a couple holding penalties really brought back the River Rats. They have to clean up this and get back to playing that sound football we saw in that first quarter.
Right, and like you said, they've got the guys. Like Willis back there looked really nice. I mean, they're getting the ball to Santana Jones. He can make things happen. Obviously, Nate Sidney can make things happen.
Oh, man, he's
It's just
special.
about getting everybody on the same page. Willis from the pistol now, man in motion behind him, handoff Santana Jones, but brought down that Pioneer, one constant that we have had this whole game.
Defensive line.
Defensive line from Pioneer.
Yeah, that penetration from the defensive line has been a bugaboo for the River Rats all night long. And you can see just bursting through that line of scrimmage there was Ashford right in the backfield. He tore the play up before he got a chance to go.
Well, and it's wild. As you're looking for these linemen, Huron's offensive linemen are massive. They're
huge.
Huge dudes.
A
And
lot of
Pioneer's
missed
guys, not so huge, but quick.
They're fast.
And a flag.
Not another pre-snap penalty.
It's going to be offsides on the Pioneers, though.
Wow, Coach Griggs can't like that. You can see him on the sideline screaming now. I can see him, It's one of those things that the pre-snap penalties is just lining up offsides. You can't do that.
Yeah, I think that's Jackson Paul McDonald. I mean, he clearly jumped. He just got a little over anxious there. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, and he was timing up the snap because looking at the quarterback on that replay, not a snap call with his hands.
RPO there initially looked like it was going to go to Jackson, but Willis, I believe, kept that, pulled it in, and went right.
Yeah, they still got positive yardage out of the play from the forward gain on the play. Looks like they're marking it up to be a 3rd and short. So good play here. Yeah, that was either a good fake or just a last decision there by Willis to say, I'm going to keep it.
That was the most RPO thing I've ever. It was in his hands. It looked like he ripped it away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a different one. That's a new one on me. 3rd down, 3rd and 6 now. Now, if you're the Pioneers, you stay back. Don't jump off sides. Stick with it. Willis rolls to his right. Man on him, though. Hits it up the middle like you've been calling for our whole lives, basically, of calling football. But that one knocked down. That's going to be 4th down upcoming for the River Rats.
Yeah, Devin Traylor on the reception or trying to get the reception. Watch the above-average play here by Farha. We'll probably see that on a different angle. He timed that one up perfectly, Nick. Came across, swipes the ball away. Maybe we can see it on this one. Slow it down right there. Oh, man, he timed that one up perfectly.
Yeah, great tackle, great defense. But that was the play that you would have liked to have seen from the River Rats, right? Like
Definitely.
You get him out, you get Willis out around the corner there.
RPO.
He's got everything out in front of him, and he makes the throw. Not to the corner, not deep, but to a man running to a spot. Upcoming punt for the Rats now. Another extremely high, no distance to it, though. That one's going to drop 44-yard line.
Yeah, maybe 12 yards on the kick.
If that.
Yeah, that was one that the punter is getting a little bit too much drop on the ball. It's not like I'm not trying to break down the punter technique here. He's dropping the ball, and he's kicking the ball straight up in the air. We've seen this 3 times out of the Huron punter. Consistency's there.
And unfortunately, it seems like it's regressing in distance, too.
Yeah.
Like you said, you've seen it 3 times, and I feel like each one has gotten a little bit shorter.
Doesn't look like any of the Pioneers one Pioneer is taking a look at the replay there, number 5. He wants
Christian
to see
Gary.
it.
He wants to see where he was at exactly. Not a lot to see on that one, unfortunately. And the Pioneers are going to take over
Good
down
field
only
position.
2 points.
Good field
Great
position.
field position. But now it's about who's going to be
The QB.
Yeah, who's in charge? Who's your field general out there? That's a handoff to McCoy. I'm honestly surprised that we haven't seen more of that. I mean, we've talked about him as a runner. He's fast. You've got these quarterbacks who, you're not super confident in the way that they're throwing the ball. McCoy seems to be a known commodity.
Yeah, right up the A-gap, McCoy. And like I was saying before in the broadcast, he hits those holes top speed. And you can tell when he has the ball, and it looks like it's Farha that's going to start second half at QB.
Yeah, Farha made at least that one solid throw into the middle that I can think of off the top of my head. I can't remember if he hit another solid completion. He's got 3 to his left. Man slightly in motion. Farha rolls to his right. McCoy out in front blocking. Flag down at the 40-yard line. Farha keeps going, though. He thought he was down, but made some moves and possibly a first down. But we'll see what that flag's all about out at the 40-yard line.
And that's the thing about Farha. You never know what's going to happen with him and the ball. Usually positive things like this. Not sure what that penalty is going to be. It was in the backfield, so maybe a hold on 62. He had his hand on the back.
Look at Farha just slip those men, though. I mean, he had no space, seemingly, but he found a couple of inches, scooted through, and would have been a first down.
Is it B button on the controller? I don't know.
to slide?
Yeah, I played with a joystick and just one orange button.
Just running back to ColecoVision?
Yeah.
I love
man.
it. I love it. Classic. That's what all the kids love now.
Oh, I know.
Right? They like
going back to
vinyl,
play,
and they want the Ataris.
Well, this is something Pioneers dealt with all night long, right? You go forward, you go back on these penalties. That's something Coach Griggs got to clean up as Pioneer tries to progress in this game and in the future.
Well, and it's both squads, really. Here's Farha back again, looking for that lead blocker. He's got that ball loaf of bread style, fakes it, still slips through a couple of men, and, now looking at third and something manageable, though.
Check out the block by Houston McCoy. I mean, he comes out of the backfield, and he has a defender in front of him, and he just takes him down the field with him, clearing a path there for Farha to make this big gain, and it looks like that was enough for the Pioneer first down.
Yeah, they gave it to him. Right, the team, I don't even think this second half is going to be about big plays. I think it's going to be about clean play.
Execution.
The cleanest team is the one that's going to win this one tonight.
See, that's smart there. I like the way Huron, they moved their defensive line back an inch or two. So if it is a hard count, maybe you can catch yourself.
Farha from the gun, looking deep, steps up on the run now one more time, and the River Rats just having a real hard time bringing him down.
Yeah, if I'm the coaching staff right now, I might be thinking of putting a spy on whoever's the quarterback for Pioneer because they're run first right now. I mean, Malik at least is keeping his eyes downfield, but once he gets through that defensive line, he's got 10, 12 yards before anybody's touching him.
And I'm curious if he was almost looking off a receiver. Like, he had his head up. He's like, oh, look, I'm definitely looking that way. I'm definitely looking that way. But the whole time back of his mind, I'm just running.
Yeah.
I'm just going. Farha from the gun. Looks right. Steps up. Makes that pass up into the middle of the field. Hits Al-Kakani, and Al-Kakani down.
You see how Al-Kakani just sat in the zone? If we see a replay on this one, he doesn't overrun and run into the defender. He sat there for Farha, and Farha is watching him. He steps up, easy play. You saw the Huron defender, 36. If Al-Kakani doesn't slow down, he runs right into him.
Yeah, Al-Kakani curled back in to get that one and then just tried to break right. And the middle of the field seems like it's been open consistently. There's Farha handoff, and he's just going to drag some players down 2 or 3 more yards. See where that one's going to be spotted, probably about the 2-yard line.
I think that was Nick Ashford, number 21, that got a piggyback ride there. Farha comes through, had a little bit of strength on that run, or Al-Kakani.
first and goal for the Pioneers. Great opening drive for Pie High right now, and he's going to QB keep. Down, breaks the plane, touchdown, Pioneer.
And that's that offensive line you were talking about. Let's lean on it.
Yeah, that offensive line made that for them. Lots of pass protection, and then when Farhouse decided to go, they pushed it forward.
Yeah, and they're still pushing right now. They were pushing right almost to the shed. Hey, look, the linesman at the bottom of the screen actually called a touchdown this time.
He knew it. He went with confidence.
He went and got orange slices at halftime, and he got coached up by the head official. What's that powder they're throwing in the air over there?
New Pope.
I don't know. I talked to Eve Claire about that.
Is it purple? Like it's blue and pink. Or blue
I thought
it
was a baby reveal. I didn't know if it was
that's
a boy or a girl.
too. Is the problem? If that's the case. Nonetheless, kick is up, and the Pioneers have found themselves ahead, starting the second half off.
John Hamilton, the PA announcer for Hallway Field for years and years and years, and that's that smoke we were talking
We
about.
can see some of that. It's kind of spooky. I mean,
yeah,
spooky season,
you can
so
see it's edging over towards the Huron sideline.
It's ghostly. Doesn't seem to be throwing those kids off. They're
no,
fine.
not
They're
that one
ready
dude in the middle there. He's ready to do a rave
dancing,
dance.
Yeah.
He's doing a rave dance.
At least I think he's just trying to stay warm. He's cold. He's only got a T-shirt.
Yeah, well, he found out he was on camera. He had to stop. He got shy real quick. Look at him. He's like, no. Look, CTN is showing you. You got to bust it out, dude. Do your move. Okay.
He's got a little bit.
There he goes.
There it is. Love it. Love it.
I love the guy checking us out on his phone. He told him, hey, man, you're on TV.
All right, Pioneers getting ready to kick away now, find themselves the 5-point lead.
I tell you, the body language looking at both sidelines, Huron looks like they're down by like 3 or 4 touchdowns. And Pioneer, they're giddy. They're slapping fives over there. They're dropping whatever in the air over there from the student section. They're up. Huron needs to rectify this with some type of big play.
We got whistles before that ball's even caught, so that's a pre-kick penalty?
Offsides.
Is it offsides on the kicking team?
No, they're going to call legal procedure on the kicking team.
Well, we know why.
Legal procedure.
Let's see.
Pioneer.
Yeah, that was way
offsides,
offsides.
Right? It's not a legal procedure.
Yeah.
The guy said it's legal procedure. Yeah, it's 5-yard penalty.
Yeah.
Either way. Yeah, because a legal procedure would have been they've lined up in a wrong position. Hey, it might be if there was more players on one side of the kicker than another. If it's 6 players on one side as opposed to 5 and 5, it could be an illegal formation.
Yeah, that could have been it. I didn't have a count on that other one, and they do look a little more even as of right now. All right, kicking away again, Jang. He's got a foot on him.
Yeah, I like it. It's going to be another penalty, though.
Yeah, that's your illegal procedure right there. Right, ball bounces out about the 7-yard line.
I had 50 on the over/under on our penalties tonight. I'm really close.
I would have taken the over. I would have taken the over after the last few weeks. And you said it, right? Like the Huron, their sideline, they just look deflated. They look like all the air is out of them. And you're right. A big play would go a long ways, but just a sustained drive.
It would.
They need
first
3
down.
or 4 consecutive plays to get positive yardage, couple of first downs.
It would.
That's what's going to get them
this
back
field
in
position
it,
has been killing them. Punting from your own 30-yard line when you only get 10, 15 yards on the kick. You're not really putting the team on the Pioneer team getting tired out because they're on the field 3 and out. And are we re-kicking this?
We are? Question mark? I didn't think that was an option with an illegal procedure that goes out of bounds. I thought you just take the yardage and that's that.
Yeah, but is it on Coach Love to say he wants them to re-kick it?
I would assume, right?
Yeah, but you're getting incredible field position off of it going out of bounds at the 40-yard line, right?
So the fact that, yes, I would think. The fact that they are going for the re-kick, I think that they are now going for that big play. They want a big return.
Kick
they
return.
Want that hyped play. They want players smashing bodies
And
to
they're
get them
not
back
thinking like
into
you're
it.
thinking, getting some first downs.
Right. And here's their chance to do just that. Trying to work outside as opposed to going up the middle, and it's just nothing happening there for
There's some
Brandon Graham.
antics going on down there at the end of that play. There's some kicking going on down there at the end of the play. And, you know, if it starts to get chippy, this is the game that we got to slow things down and talk to the teams. Look at the end of the play, 44. He's holding on, and he kind of turns an ankle, and he's not letting go. That precipitated the push there from 11, Brandon Graham. Still, if I'm Coach Love and Coach Griggs, you want to get to your players' heads, and ain't the way we're doing it tonight, guys.
Exactly, and just going back to what I was saying before, the team with the least amount of penalties in the second half is going to win. I'm so confident in that. The team that plays the cleanest game is going to win this one. And yeah, maybe if you can goad those guys across the way into a penalty, that's one thing. But man, Griggs is out there, not a happy man. He's got the ear of two of those officials.
Yeah, and again, Huron, to go back on that play, they lost penalty yardage. They could have taken the ball at the 40-yard line. They ran the ball 50 yards sideways, but that's not going to get you any positivity out of me.
All right, Willis directing out there, RPO, and then a little razzmatazz there, number 4, Nate Sidney. Sidney's got the first down and then some, nearly to the 50-yard line, and that's a little bit of something for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Razzmatazz, big playmaker, first down.
Yeah, man, look at Sawyer Yassine for Pioneer, holding on for dear life. Fought off a blocker there, and he just trips up. Oh my goodness, that was going to go house.
That's a heck of a defensive effort there. Yeah, that'll be his Sports Center highlight for this week, I believe. 7:12 to go here in this third quarter. Huron with a big first down, big run, nearly to the midfield.
And they're trying to flip the field now. At least they're at the midfield line.
Let's see if the Rats can build on that. Willis throws that one out off the hands of number 4.
Did they call that
insane there again.
Oh, man, that was a lot of contact before the ball got there. I don't know if the official called that uncatchable, but watch number 2, Al-Kakani tackle the...
Well, they could all, I mean, I feel like that's another one where it could have went either way, honestly, because, well,
they're going to call it more on the offense, the defensive person, impeding the player going upfield. That was an easy call after all the flags we've seen tonight.
And then in simple terms right there, Santana Jones with the handoff brings it, it gets brought down after getting about 8.
I'd rather see more runs than all of these.
That's not fun,
I know, but my heart is killing me up here with all of these pass plays with the quarterback scramble, look deep, toss it up 30, 40 yards down the field. How about a first down? You are calling for this, and this is what they're doing now.
Well, and in reality, it's the mixture that's going to win you the game, right? Like, you're not going to just keep throwing these hitting these home runs, and just running it probably isn't going to get it done. They've got to find that nice balance, and I think maybe they're going to try to work that in here now. Willis with Jones to his left. Jones gets it, goes up the middle, but tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Christian Gary.
Yeah, and Pioneer, and you can see the coaching staff for Pioneer at the top of the screen. They're yelling, they're screaming, and then a penalty flag comes in late. And, man, you can see the entire Pioneer coaching staff is screaming. Couple flags came in there, and they are totally upset. Man, I got to see what happened on this play.
Yeah, what did they see that we clearly didn't? He's
saying about kicking.
Yeah.
He's somebody kick somebody.
Well, and the penalty is going to be on the Pioneers.
Whoa. And Coach Griggs is
Pioneers.
losing it on the sideline. So did Santana Jones kick somebody? He's on the bottom. Oh, let's look here. Let's look at here. 44 is falling on 74. 77 was just trying to get up. That's not a penalty in my book.
No, and I think I'm with you. That's why the flag was thrown, and that's why it was on the Pioneers.
Oh, Coach Griggs cannot agree with that call. I mean, that was. I mean, we saw almost what I consider pass interference the play before, and then 2 people are getting up, and you call this penalty? I know it helps out the River Rats, but ooh.
Yeah, I think it was just the matter of that player not letting go. Willis now fires one over to Sidney one more time. Sidney makes his first man miss, cuts back inside. Man, he's just got moves on moves. He breaks tackles.
Man, he's a football player,
Yeah.
Sidney. This kid is a baller. Watch how he gets the rock, and he fights off 1, 2. The third guy gets a shot, but it takes a gang to bring him down.
Yeah, Nate Sidney has been offense and defense for the River Rats.
And good mixture, like you were talking about, of run and pass.
There's Santana Jones again.
Still can't
Jones
go down.
not going down.
Why they blow that whistle?
Forward progress, I guess.
They blew the whistle, and the play is still going.
We lost one of our...
Yeah, you got to drop the chains, guys. I've
Chain
been saying
gang
that all
there,
year
yeah.
long. But here, why did they blow the whistle? I'm hearing the whistle right here, but the play is still not over with. He's fighting forward.
Yeah,
He's still fighting forward.
I think towards that edge, I think they're going to say that he was just indefensible at that point. There was four Pioneers around him. He
It
wasn't
looked like
going
some
anywhere.
of the defenders gave up on the play after
A little bit. No,
yeah.
I think you're right. I would agree with that. 5:04 to go now. First down for the River Rats, driving with a little bit of everything.
Boy.
Mixture of offense. Willis now looking into the corner.
Got him.
Sidney has it open, caught, touchdown. Nate Sidney and the River Rats answer.
They might want to go for 2 here. I mean, you're up by 1 point. As opposed to just kicking it and going up by 1. What a play there by Sidney. He just outran Jang to the corner. Ball placement, though, by Willis.
That's exactly where I was
He
thinking.
threw it to the
Willis
pylon.
threw a dime
Threw it to the pylon.
River Rat teammates love it.
I think we know who the best athlete is out here. Look at him. Not celebrating, just hand the ball over like a special number 20 used to do up here. Act like you've been there before.
Yeah, he definitely won the hearts and minds of some old guys up in this booth by doing that.
And they go for 2
and
Santana.
Go for 2. And they're calling it good. And now the River Rats up 21-19.
Yeah, Santana Jones on that play right off tackle. Good job, and they run right up the back of Lamar Ashford. Big number 77. That was huge drive there, Nick. It went up the field after getting the ball, possessing it, taking advantage of the Pioneer miscues, and really just a beautiful pass there to put the exclamation point on that drive.
And now night and day difference of that sideline of where they were, 5 actual minutes ago, right?
Yeah.
And just putting together a confidence-building drive. They did it well running the ball. They made some great passes. They kept it mostly clean. And, they've got a lot going for them.
And that's why we say throw the records out in these rivalry games, right? I mean, we got a little boxing match like kind of going on here, back and forth. 2 teams are slugging.
Well, and not to just be fawning over Sidney anymore. That's a huge touchdown in a massive game, and he's not dancing. He's not jumping up and down. He's not pretending like he's pulling his pants down. He celebrated with his boys, handed the ball off to the ref, got to the sideline, and now he's got to go do it on defense.
Well, he came from, and I cover these guys as well, the Junior Mays program here in town. Has some very good coaches on that Mays staff, and they produce some very good players, and he's one of the best.
Well, yeah, they'd have to be extremely happy looking up to the varsity, the sophomore on the varsity, just dominating out there and just making these spectacular play after spectacular play. Yeah, I mean, you said it. When he's clearly the best athlete out on the field right now, and as a sophomore, man, that's saying a lot.
Ann Arbor has a lot of young players, good football players.
Shama kicks that one away.
Uh-oh.
That's Akram Farha trying to make something out of not a whole heck of a lot, nearly to the 30-yard line.
Go ahead and say it, Nick.
And a flag on the play. Look at our camera guys and the director just right there before we can even say it. Just a glorious close-up of that yellow flag.
And you can see Coach Love out on the field upset at his players because he knows field position is so precious in this game, and these penalties are giving players extra yardage.
But what's the penalty? Because I would have assumed it would have been a hold on Pioneer.
Maybe a face mask? they're discussing. You can see, right? Coach Griggs is
maybe
almost in the huddle.
Maybe a little something at the end there.
And Coach Griggs wants, what's good for the goose.
Oh, a little
is
headbutt.
good for the gander. Really? Let me see this.
As he comes up, watch the Hurons player snap back, and I don't know if that was on. Oh yeah, it definitely was. That's a headbutt. I mean, doesn't get much more. I mean, you can see it.
Okay.
Holding on Huron.
They called holding. Oh, here we go too. Personal foul.
Holding on the kicking team?
Yeah, they called holding. I've never seen it, but they did call holding on Huron. Maybe they pointed the wrong way. Because it had to be. It had to be.
Who are you holding?
I mean, I only see it on a
off?
defensive lineman. Really, maybe a defensive lineman trying to open up a play for somebody to tackle. But this is odd. He's not getting a Christmas card. He's looking
Griggs
at
wants no part of this conversation.
No.
Like, you just look at his eyes.
Oh man.
Like, he's listening,
Ooh-wee.
but he's not listening, right? Yeah, Coach Griggs not super pleased with what's going on. And to be fair, I'm a little confused up here.
Yeah, I mean, really, because now they're marching it back.
And yeah, just to keep making it all about me, like, I'm confused, and just the
I think
momentum
the
of
fans are
this
confused.
game. Exactly.
Everybody. You can
Nobody
see in the
knows what's
stands,
going on.
Nobody's screaming what
Right.
the call is. Everybody's like looking.
And then marching up
And now they're
to
moving
Huron.
forward.
So they marked off the holding, and he did point the wrong way. I'm going to say he marked off the holding on Pioneer. Post-possession marked the 15 yards against the headbutt on Huron, and 1st and 10.
And then we did the hokey pokey.
And we
Back
danced
and
around.
forth. That's right. Okay, under center now. I believe that's Farha. 2 men back, fullback and halfback. Fullback leading the way, Houston McCoy. And then Caceres picks up a big chunk of yards.
Wait, I'm looking on the field. No flags. Okay.
Deep breath. Were we holding our breath to make sure
That's
that
the first play in a long time we didn't have a penalty. But great job of just getting north and south with that ball as Caceres. I like the way he runs with the ball. 2 hands on it, old school style.
Well, everything about that play was old school. Quarterback gets it from the center.
Lead blocker.
Under center, lead blocker, fullback. Yep, McCoy just Caceres right up the gut.
Yeah, this is a straight dive play.
Yep. And it seems like they're keeping it tight to do much the same off to the left side now. Caceres now left. Once again, Houston McCoy leading the way.
Gets the handoff.
And a couple more for the Pioneers. And this seems like,
Line into tackle.
logically, this is what you'd be doing with your 3rd-string quarterback in there, or the quarterback that you're not really planning on having in there.
Yeah, but it seems like the coaches don't seem to like this game plan because they go away from it so fast. And they get to this, okay, let's spread it all out and let our quarterback run around for a while. It shouldn't even be that much of a discussion. If I'm getting 5-yard chunk plays, I'm going right back to it if I'm a coach.
Right, and I mean, especially look at the River Rats right now. They've got all those linebackers and all those defensive backs way off it. They're just begging the Pioneers to go for it. And there's a long pass down the field, but that is picked off by number 20 for the River Rats, Darrell Smith.
Man, Darrell Smith played this one. It looked like he deked the Pioneer quarterback Farha into throwing that ball because he picked up speed when the ball was in the air. Why? He has eyes on the quarterback the entire time. So he just tracked that ball. It was a good ball thrown. It was a good ball thrown, but check out this. The receiver, you got to come back and fight for this. Look at that. Magzog, he's got to come back and help out his QB a little bit on that one, right?
Yeah, it seemed like that one came up short for him, and that was just kind of the end of his effort there. But also maybe he couldn't see it the way that Smith went up for it. He might not have been able to see where
blocked
it was
out
coming.
everything.
Exactly.
That was a great job by Smith on defense.
Yeah, just
And
solar eclipse by Smith there.
And that momentum just staying right now on the River Rat side.
3:20 to go here in this 3rd quarter. Handoff, Santana Jones falls forward, picks up a nice chunk, 4 or 5 yards.
Santana Jones, the ball carrier.
Right now, you're Huron, you're up by 3. You've got lots of weapons. I don't see why they would go away from the run right now either, although that offensive line had some problems with the
and Pioneer has a propensity of bringing their defense up. So that's how Willis has been just throwing that ball to Sidney and finding success.
Another shotgun. Willis rolls to his right, looking deep.
Sidney.
Has a man up the middle, knocked down, hands on it right there was Craig Newman. No, you're right. They were looking for Nate Sidney in the middle of the field, and there was just too many linebackers there.
Yeah, and that's sometimes, quarterbacks will fall in love with their favorite target. Right now, I think that's what's going on with Sidney. You can see him right there in the middle of the field. He's open, and he's going upfield, but you didn't see that. You didn't see Farha behind him. And that's something that Willis has to eyeball out, either eat that ball or maybe even toss it to the open man on the outside.
Yeah, he had open dudes down below. You're exactly right. 3rd and 7 now. Screen pass up to Jones. Jones falls forward. He's going to be short, though, so that's going to bring up 4th and short from about we'll call it the 36 probably, or 26.
The punting team has not been great for Huron, so I wouldn't be surprised they went for this one, actually. Oh, it's 3rd down. I'm sorry, I thought it was going to be 4th down. Watch this this play by Gary. He comes in and just takes on the blocker and falls into the tackle. That was a huge block there by Ashford. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's
it is
Ashford's
4th down.
time to shine there. Yeah, now we've got the sticks finally changed. Now they're going to be moving that out. Now they are going to punt.
That's a different punter, too. That's not the same punter. They got Moss back there, so I would be alert on a fake. Or, I'm sorry.
Jones, yeah.
Yeah, Jones back there,
yeah,
Santana.
Jones. Lots of protection. Hey, got one away. Very nice. High and deep. That one's going to bounce. There you go. That's the fire. That's the poison right there. Smart play by Yansang.
Yeah.
That one bounced, and he scooted away. But that's a great punt. I mean, high school kicking, that's a great punt.
Almost 40 yards on the kick. You flip the field. And actually, if you're Pioneer, no harm, no foul on an interception, right? Kind of get the ball back where you threw the interception.
Now the Pioneers coming in off the huddle.
Taking their time coming in off the huddle.
No rush.
Yeah.
No rush. No urgency, but I mean that's fine, right? Like, understand what you need to be doing. Make sure everybody is in the right position. Make sure you got this play down, because you're down 3 points and you got a long ways to go.
Yeah, Pioneer really hasn't tried any type of long passes. I'm anxious to see if Farha would do anything long here.
Another handoff to Caceres. I don't know. I mean,
well, the interception was kind of long, but I wanted the receiver to kind of come in and help out the quarterback on that play. And I'm saying to the other Farha, Farha to Farha might not be a bad call if I'm Coach Griggs.
Well, and you know whose name we haven't seen, or whose name we haven't called tonight, second half, is El Kakani.
Not at all. Not since he went to receiver.
Right. El Kakani down at the bottom of your screen there now, though. Farha from the gun. Snaps back. Not much pressure. Looks right. Into pressure. Hits his man. I think that's El Kakani. Hits him right in the hands.
Wrong spot to hit him, I guess. What a pass and what a drop. I mean, that's something that you don't see out of Hamani Al Kakani. He usually is sticky hands on the ball. And a good drop there by Farha.
Good drop and great protection on him.
I mean, throws it over the coverage, in between, right on the numbers, just before the sideline, really protecting the receiver. Didn't put him in a bad position at all.
Yeah, he dropped that in zone defense exactly where it needed to be.
It was a good route, too, there. Just need to execute a little better.
All right, 3rd and 8 now for Pie High. Farha looking, but that pocket collapsed on him quickly. Nothing doing. Can't even get back to the 40-yard line. And with only 40 seconds to go here in this third quarter.
Good job by Trent Gabriel on the tackle there. I said, because I noticed that the Huron rush was blitzing Farha. And he was looking at it, too, because you saw him immediately try to attack the line of scrimmage.
Just go for it, right? He saw that pocket collapse even a little, and it's not – the only thing in his mind is run.
Yes.
Run.
And they got to kick this one because the hand's in the air, so they're letting it run all the way down. They might take a penalty on this one. 5,
why not?
4, 3, 2. Wow, they just
Hit it
got
off
that
just
off.
in time. man in his face as he kicks that one away, and that will do it for third quarter action. Third quarter was everything we expected it to be, and then some. Who knows what to expect from the fourth quarter, although
we had an injured player on the field, so they're going to slow it down for him, the punter, actually at the top of the screen. You can see him down on one knee.
Yeah, he's getting up, making off mostly of his own accord. Stick around. We'll see what's going on with him and everything else in this fourth quarter here on CTN Sports Game of the Week.
Wheeler Park is just under 2 acres in size, located just north of downtown Ann Arbor in the Carytown area. The park is packed with activities. The park contains a playground, restroom building with water fountain, a walking, running skate track, basketball court, plaza with benches, picnic shelter with picnic tables and grills, an open field area, and an asphalt walk connection to all the activities. In 2020, the Allen Creek Railroad berm project was completed, resulting in a tunnel under the railroad to create a path that connects Wheeler Park to the border-to-border trail. The trailhead is accessed at the corner of Depot and 5th Street at the crosswalk at the northeast corner of the park. For more, visit a2gov.org/parks.
Hello, my name is Andre Anderson, and I'm the police chief of the Ann Arbor Police Department. You know, each year, millions of sports fans transverse to our city to watch football. We want to be your place of destination. Thank you for being here, and thanks for being part of a winning culture.
Hi, I'm Deputy Chief Patrick McGuire. Are you looking for great drinks and a cold beverage? The Main Street Social District is a great place to explore our downtown area while enjoying an alcoholic beverage. There's also lots of great tailgates in the stadium area. Just remember, outside of the Social District, open alcohol is prohibited on public streets and sidewalks.
Hi, I'm Deputy Chief Jason Forsberg. From where to park to how to get around on game day, we've made it easy. Here's a QR code to help you navigate the city and provide helpful information as you travel to and from Michigan Stadium.
And here we are looking down on Holloway Field, fourth quarter action coming up on CTN Sports Game of the Week. Bands are going crazy. You're up here dancing. Everybody's having a good time. Haven't seen a flag in a solid 10 minutes. Hey. I'm liking this.
It's probably because of all the conversation going on with these coaches and the officials in between the break. Whoa!
Caceres.
Whoa!
Sorry, that's Santana Jones refuses to go down, and now he's got daylight out in front of him. One man on him. Jones, touchdown, Huron.
70 yards.
I mean, we were barely ready for that. First play coming off the quarter, just incredible. He seemed like he was down to the line of scrimmage.
I mean, he was stopped at least 3 times, and then Jones just kept his legs churning and going and moving. And again, this is the second time I've noticed that Pioneer kind of gives up on the play like it's over. Houston McCoy didn't give up on the play. You can see him trying to hawk him down, but no hawking down Santana Jones on that giant. Man.
Yeah, McCoy almost got him, but you're right. I mean, it seemed like they had him wrapped up, they had him spinning around almost down, and then once that happened, the Pioneer players were like, all right, this one's over.
Yeah, and there are 11 players.
And there's another rough snap from the River Rats, and that one's going to go down to the 35-yard line, and missing that extra point. Now we're playing some math games in our heads.
Yeah, right? I just looked over at the clock. It's a 9-point game, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, Pioneer does have a good kicker. And then, a lot of stuff comes into play. Look at this, 1, 2. There was really only 3 people that gave effort on that play outside of Houston McCoy coming in trying to track him down. But I tell you, on the front side of that play, man, great blocking to open that hole up, but just the effort there.
Yeah, and that end tackle almost seemed to propel him forward with
he was twisting and turning.
Exactly. Yeah, and then once he broke free, like you said, almost nobody else in Pioneer had any idea what was going on.
Yeah, two things. One, Huron's defense has been giving up 44 points a game the last 4 games. They're only at 19 tonight. They're playing good. They're playing sound. Pioneer, though, they still need to clean up all of the flags that we've seen on the field. Maybe Coach Griggs isn't agreeing with all of them, but there's really just too many to deal with right now.
Right, and we were talking maybe the Pioneers are going to go back to that run game because they had so much success with it early on, but now down 9 points, it makes it not so easy to do with only, 11:47 to go. They're going to get a few possessions here.
You got a defense that they're up now. And you're going back and forth between quarterbacks over there. I wonder if we're going to see a different quarterback from Pioneer.
Very possible. Wouldn't be the first time we've seen the substitution. Could see El Kakani go back in there. I mean, he was making a lot happen with his feet. But, I mean, for me, like, really, it is about getting it back to Caceres.
Yeah, he was pounding the ball and getting 5-6 yards a touch. Wow, hold the ball.
Sorian Sane.
You see how he had that rock? I mean, that was a loaf of bread at first. I mean, he put it in his hands, and I know that those gloves are supposed to be super sticky. Not on a night like tonight. Watch how he gets the ball in right here.
He almost held it like he was using it as a fake.
Almost like he was passing the rock.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, hold on to it. That was different.
Yeah, ball security needs to be slightly addressed, maybe?
Oh, I would think so, especially right now in this point of this part of the game. Fourth quarter, this is winning time, right?
Yeah, we haven't seen it come up as a major issue yet, but man, just running around the ball like that is gonna give some people some heart issues. There's that handoff right up the middle. Is that Houston McCoy, though, was the recipient of that? Yeah, that's the fast one.
And you're right. I mean, Nick, I'm telling you, why change it? If it ain't broke, I mean, come on. They get these plays like this, and then they get cute with their offense, and they start stubbing themselves in the foot, are the Pioneers.
Right. If you're getting, 10 yards there, but if you're getting 6, 7, 8 yards on a carry, why stop? I mean, the likelihood of
it's demoralizing
bad
as
snaps
a defense,
too. Exactly right. Exactly right. RPO there. Farha keeps it. Steps past the line of scrimmage, picks up about 3.
Yeah, not a lot of room there on that play. A lot of the Riverettes stayed home and played good, sound defense, but I'm still not mad with the call.
No, that's a run play that's a little bit trickier, but still you're keeping it on the ground and you're pounding away. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, and the clock runs when you do this. You definitely want to keep that Huron offense on the sideline as you try to go down and get your 6 if you're Pioneer.
Farha hands that one off to McCoy. Late handoff there. Very nice play. First down, Houston McCoy.
Yeah, Nate Sidney showing up on the defensive side that time, coming in with the tackle. But I tell you, this Houston McCoy, he hits that hole different.
Well, and that delayed handoff was really well executed.
35-yard line, 36.
I feel like most of the Huron defensive line had committed to the direction they were going, and McCoy just took advantage. And now, Pioneers really got something going for themselves. Farha right, starting to follow McCoy. Gets to the outside.
Wow,
then turns on the afterburners. Flag on the play, though. But for right now, they're not even going to call that. They're going to say that's a hold probably back there.
You got to look at the throw from this official on his flag. That was a 25-yard toss. He definitely saw the hold.
He sent the distance.
But watch Farha. As he gets to the top of the screen, he makes this cut and hits 90 degrees, gone.
Yeah, but we saw the hold there. I believe it was Akram Farha that was the one that was holding them and brought it down. Yeah, that's unfortunate for the Pioneers because that was that big play. I mean, obviously it takes away a touchdown, but another big run play, well executed by them, erased by that penalty.
Boy, if Huron gives up another big play like that, I'd call a timeout and slow things down if I'm the Huron defensive coaching staff right now. Pioneers starting to get into a little rhythm here with their run game.
Pioneer taking their time, 3 left. Tosses that away quickly. Screen pass, but
Oh,
brought
what
down.
a tackle.
Great shoestring tackle on number 6, Mezzago. They're trying to get him into it. Mezzago has just not been a factor this evening.
No, and Darrell Smith, watch him come up on this one. He just takes his legs out of Mezzago.
2nd and 14.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah,
One
Mezzago's
tackle
bummed
away.
out about
Yeah.
that. He knew it too. He knew he had one man to beat. 4-yard loss on that play. 2nd and 14 upcoming for Pie High. Farha starting to feel comfortable back there in the pocket. He throws that one on the run. He's got a man, Mezzago, there it is. But that was bumped up, almost brought down by the Rats. Man, he threw that in a great spot, but just an excellent defensive effort by the River Rats.
Yeah, you can check out Smith, and both players look like they're limping going back up. But watch Smith here. Second time we've seen Smith track down a ball that's hanging up in the air a little bit and gets his fingertips on it. Almost picked off there by 21 as well, too.
Almost had, yeah, either one of those guys could have come down with that. And, I mean, great job by Farha getting away, and that throw was pretty solid.
Now here's a big 3rd down call, so Pioneer is going to call a timeout. Look at this replay, Nick. Just fingertips away from 6.
And Mezzago, one more time, I mean, he was waiting for that to come to him. It seems like maybe, I mean, I know that he had his momentum going one direction, but if he could have pushed forward and come
he's not
back
fighting
for it,
back
that might
for
have
those
been
balls.
Yep.
He seems like he's lost his, I don't know, the momentum is taking him one way, and he's unable to stop that momentum and go back and fight for that ball.
He might have some words for you about that momentum here on Twitter or Facebook or maybe a YouTube comment. You never know.
I hope so.
No, I completely agree with you on that one, though. And, of course, all of our socials here. Can't say enough about the IG out there. Yeah, Mezzago just needs to go back and get that. Yeah. And, again, I know he had that momentum going all that direction, but it seemed like there could have been something he could do to come up and get that because both of those Huron players were chomping at the bit to get after that one.
Well, discipline has to be what Huron has to play with now because you know the ball is going to go up in the air. Officials been really lackadaisical with the flags in the pocket, so you don't want to get them any opportunity to toss one on you if you're defending the ball.
Big 3rd and 14 upcoming for Pie High. Farha looks off his left, dancing in the backfield, continues to dance, makes some guys miss. Off to the sideline, though. Too many River Rats in front of him, too many Huron players.
Yeah, but I doubt Coach Griggs is going to be punting this one. He'd only gain about 12 yards or so if it went out of bounds. This is when you go for it on 4th down, 4th and long. And again, hard count.
Oh yeah, try to get any chunk of forward progress that you can, and that's going to be one of the things. So for your River Rats, they came out in this second half lining up a solid yard away from the ball. I'm curious if they'll be doing the same thing on this one. It kind of seems like it. Seems like they're a ways off, and now they're very prevent-y, right? Like you look at all that secondary, you look at those linebackers, they're back there. They'll probably just be rushing 4, and so it'll be on Farha to either make a throw or do it with his legs.
Yeah, and he's going to have a spy on him.
He might have 2. El Kakani out there down to his left. Farha had in his mind he was going to go. He's still up, though. Fakes it back into the middle. No thought of tossing the ball anymore. And he made forward, and we'll see where they spot the ball.
I think he got it. I think he actually got it.
It's tough to see. I mean, I was trying to judge everything
He's on the 32.
by the 24,
no, they're pointing the other way.
Yard line.
Pointing the other way here on
ball. They're calling here on ball. Man, great effort by Farha, though. Down there. It seemed like it was over, but he kept going for it.
Yeah, and it was just his athletic ability that got Pioneer some positivity out of this play. Good job from Huron of holding the perimeter. Watch this up here. Good job of coming in and attacking Smith there on the leg, but just Sharma even there, getting him out of bounds before the 1st down. Man, that was close. That was so close.
Nonetheless, spot for the River Rats and Huron up here. Now for them,
run the clock.
Hand the ball off.
Oh, man, run the clock.
Hand the ball off.
I don't want to see a pass. I know Sidney can do everything. We've seen him do a lot, but I'd love to see them just go ahead and churn the ball on the ground.
This is just a tight jumbo formation here. And we've got a timeout. I'm calling timeout for Huron. So they're going to come together and make sure everybody's on the same page here. But you said it, right? This should be the Santana Jones show from here on out.
It should be. And look at this. They're up 2 scores, right? Run the clock. That's all you're playing against. Even if you get a first down and have to punt the ball, so what? Run the clock. Anything to keep that clock going is who you're playing against right now.
Yeah, you want to eat as much of that as possible.
And ball security.
That was the next 2 words that are just getting ready to go out of my mouth.
Ball security.
Right, we've had some fun talking about everybody with their loaf of bread. Man, get it where it's safe and tight, and you're sure that it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, and Huron does. You've mentioned it. They have a massive offensive line. This is the time to lean on it. The fourth quarter, this is where you need a couple first downs. And that Ted Heisel trophy might be changing the residents.
But even with the size of that offensive line to Huron, that Pioneer D-line has really had a day getting in there and bringing players down.
Oh, smart.
And there's
smart.
a nice run-pass option there by Willis. It was a smart keep.
Yeah.
Great play, really heads-up play, but still couldn't get anywhere with it. But if you're Huron, hey, clock's still running.
Like I said, you get positive yardage and the clock is moving, positive play. And good decision there by Willis right here, deking out the defender just to get a little bit of space and then cover up the football. You know that's what they're going for.
Absolutely. Every one of those Pioneer players, and he was surrounded by 3-4 of them, were looking for that ball.
Yeah.
They were way less interested in tackling or making a big hit as opposed to that rip move or getting your hand in there.
Man, watching the Huron sideline, Sidney doesn't even go into the huddle.
He's got
Nate
one
Sidney
man
just
in
sits
front
down on
of
the sideline. Throw me the ball.
Well, he's decoy at this point, right? Like, I don't even think he's not even laying blocks, really.
Yeah.
Everything for for Huron right now is so tight, so jumbo package.
Looking at him, Sidney, he is a big kid. Nate Sidney is not a small sophomore either. Fast, compact.
Yeah,
look at him running into the huddle there.
Yeah.
That's a guy that he's going to be a baller in the next couple of years for Huron. He's a baller now.
Yeah, he's showing it. This might be the Nate Sidney coming out party here tonight.
So now we've got at least 90 seconds off the clock, and Huron is in no hurry.
Everybody looking sideline. 3rd down, 3rd and short upcoming here for the Huron River Rats.
I think they're waiting on that clock. Oh, Ashford.
Everybody's pointing at the big man, and the referee came in immediately saying that that's the false start.
You know what that just did? It erased 1st and 2nd down. All of that positivity you gained on those 2 plays just got erased by that play there. A little bit anxious by the big guy. Oh, man, I bet they were running to his side.
Oh, almost definitely, right? That's a great call. He knew that was coming. He wanted that extra quarter of a second. Yep, that extra heartbeat getting up.
Now that ball security really becomes even more of a big thing for Willis.
3rd and 8, 7:35 to go. Willis rolls right. He's got Sidney, and that was off the hands of Demetrius Rendelman. That very easily could have been bad times for Huron. Rendelman, man, he's kicking himself.
Kicking himself? I'm kicking myself up in here in the booth. Why are you passing the ball when all you need to do is run the football if you're Huron? You don't need to be throwing the football like this. You're up by 2 scores.
They're
and
going
this
for
is
the
the
jugular.
time that you got to be coaching the kids out there as opposed to yelling at them.
That's Rendelman didn't quite get that one, and now Huron ready to kick this one away. There's Jones again. Man, he's got a foot. He can do it all.
Oh, I love it.
I like that Santana Jones. Downed by the River Rats, and now the Pioneers back on offense.
It could have taken another 40 seconds off of that clock if you run the football. This is a chess match, and it doesn't change that often. You know what's going on when you look over at the clock. And you can look over at the other sideline. Pioneers demoralized right now. So, taking another opportunity for them to look up at that scoreboard, that's exactly what the Rats were supposed to do. Now we need to go ahead, if you're the River Rats, and make sure there's no big plays. Did we have a cameraman behind the?
Yeah, that was Tim down there.
You're kidding?
Yeah, one of our outstanding camera guys. We got 4 outstanding camera guys. We just got an amazing crew out here tonight, dealing with the cold. It's chilly.
I love it.
Right, but they're fighting forward as always. Pioneer continues to fight forward too. Handoff there. That's
Caceres.
Yeah, it's Caceres one more time. Gets to the outside of that one. If it's not a first down, it's awfully close.
Oh, and either way, they want to stop that clock. Why is the clock running? If you're Pioneer, first down, they should stop the clock while they're moving the chains. And they're moving the chains with the clock still running. That's just not good clock management. They need a Michigan State clock manager over here to work with these guys.
I'm curious if the officials will look up and tell them to
add time.
give a few more seconds back to us, or if it's just a moot point at this point and they just want to get moving. First down, Pioneers. Al-Kakani in motion. Fakes the handoff to him, goes up the middle, but I feel like I saw a flag get dropped around the 40-yard line. Where'd that come from? Is there an official over there?
Yeah, but it looks like the linesmen are going to call a legal shift.
Is that on Al-Kakani then? The way he was in motion?
Yeah, I don't know if they had...
Illegal shift called on.
They called an illegal shift, but that's usually when a player is trying to reset, not in motion. Was he going in motion and going towards the line of scrimmage?
It's possible that he could have been leaning towards the line of scrimmage as he was coming across, but
it was a quick flag. You saw it right at the play snap, though. Man, these penalties the last 2 weeks for Coach Griggs, I tell you.
Killers.
Oh, wow.
All killers.
Oh, wow.
All right, Pie High back at it. 1st and 15. Going the wrong way currently, though. There's that handoff to Al-Kakani. Here's that player that we were talking about that they want to get the ball to, and he gets nearly to the 50-yard line, picks up a solid 12, 13 yards.
Yeah, and that was a smart play. I was a little curious that he had the ball on the inside hand and easy for it to get swiped at here on this jet sweep. But you said it a couple minutes ago. Where has Al-Kakani been?
Farha again, drifting right, looking like he wants to throw it, and he does. He chucks it upfield, but that might have been a throwaway.
Yeah, and that was just good defense. There was 2 defenders on the backside, and they were bracketing the receiver there. Smart play by Farha to throw the ball out of bounds.
3rd and 4.
All right, 3rd down and short, 3rd and 4 upcoming for Pioneer.
Not a lot of urgency out there, a lot of walking around. I mean, if I'm Pioneer, you got to pick up the pace.
And you think that when you're moving faster, that should make things a little crisper for you, right? And that everybody gets down to the spot where they need to be and in the position you need to be. Handoff Caceres, delayed handoff again. Nice job there. He received that ball, little stutter step, and then bam, hit that hole.
Snipped out the first down and ran for it. I keep looking over at the clock manager. They don't stop the clock when they're moving the chains. They're just rolling this clock, and that's not the rule.
Maybe they got places to go, man. Places to go, places to be.
Not the officials.
No. Yeah, that's going to be a dueling agendas here this evening. What the clock guys want to do and what the officials want to do. They're calling false start on that. I don't believe that half the line wasn't set.
No. But that goes to your point of, I was saying urgency, and you were saying this too. Nobody is moving around like we really need to win this game, or if this is the 4th quarter. That was kind of
4 out of the 5 dudes.
Yeah, everybody moving, and we saw that last week where everybody but the center moved.
Well, and that's confusing to me because there's no urgency, and yet that happens, right? Like usually that's the type of play that happens when you're rushed, when you're in a hurry, and you're just go. Al-Kakani, go. He gets the jet sweep, puts on the afterburners right away. Stops, cuts it back inside.
Are you kidding
and
me?
He's moving back to the outside. Man, is he fast going there, but brought down. Both officials are looking at each other. I don't think he got there.
Wait a minute. The pylon goes down. Is there a penalty way back here?
Surely is. I see flag at the 25.
You gotta be kidding me, Pioneer. Oh, Pioneer. Watch this move, though. This is what they call in basketball a hezzy. He did a hezzy. You saw the penalty flag getting tossed behind the runner again.
But what? So, clearly they're going to call a hold, but I guess I didn't see it. And like you said, it was well behind Al Kakani, so it's frustrating.
All right, let me ask you this. The play is 15 yards ahead of you. What is the official looking behind the play for? What is he trying to find out back here? I can see a hold.
Right there, 20-0.
I can see a hold.
But I don't think, oh no, right here, right at the top.
He threw the flag at the 50-yard line, though, that's where the block that we were just looking at looked legal.
Yeah, I'd like to hear the explanation. I'd like to know exactly where that flag was pinpointed at. And I'm not the only one, as Coach Griggs, one more time.
And it's that side linesman that's throwing the flag, so he's definitely got, look at that piercing look. Ouch!
Yeah, he can't get away. He can't get away from Coach Griggs. Like you said, like that's his sideline. Where's he gonna go? He's got nowhere to hide.
I was looking behind the play because, I mean, that's got to be what Coach Griggs is asking him.
But now everybody's moving forward. So did they say they picked it up?
They couldn't have picked up the flag. Man, this is such a confusing game for us up here to try to call with these officials. I mean, half the coaches are on the field pointing one way.
So where are they going to scrimmage from?
I think they picked up the flag.
So
look at where the ball is getting marked. The ball is getting marked all the way down at the 2.
Yeah, that must be the case. It's got to be the case. Well, now Coach Love, he's got it right. Like he's got his discussion. What's going on?
Yeah.
Explain this to me. And he's stunned.
Yeah, I mean, he's look at both coaches have an official talking to them at the same time.
Nobody's happy. Nobody's happy. Neither coach is happy.
So now
the officials can't be happy.
Distance. They broke the distance in half and say it's at the. So how can the penalty be called up here at the 50 and the ball be way down here on the 15? That doesn't make sense. The flag was on the field at the 50.
Well, and if it's a hold, it's a hold.
It's a 10-yard penalty.
Right.
So at the most, they should be at about the 35-yard line. Y'all don't need to get paid for this game. These officials are horrible.
Well, and you can see, yeah, and they're there. They're still talking it out, trying to maybe rationalize it.
How are we going to get out of here?
That might be the better. That might be the better play. That might be the discussion. That might be the wise discussion right now. Because I mean, neither side's happy with these guys, right?
No. Look, he's talking about he ran and he called the darn penalty after he was 20 yards ahead of him, Joe.
Well, and again, if you don't like that, you pick up the flag and just move on. Give him the touchdown. Or
and you don't take this much time out
of
the game, Nick. This has been at least a 5-minute stop.
Yeah,
it don't seem like they figured it out yet. Still, again, I'm just. How can a penalty be called way at the 50? Ball get marked on the 17-yard line.
Yeah, I'd love to again hear the rationale of this and see what it is. So, I mean, Pioneer, while not getting quite as close as they would have liked off of that Al Kakani run, they still get a nice chunk. Yeah, they're more than satisfied with that. And there's another handoff. Casares one more time.
Bye-bye.
Breaks, tackles, and he is in the end zone. And now the Pioneers knocking on the door.
Yeah, that was an ice out by the officials, folks. I've never seen an ice out like that, but they iced out both teams, and only one team came back ready to play, and that was Pioneer. And Casares, look at him. He's telling people to be a little quiet because this game's not over.
Great job by Casares, seemingly looking for the outside, and then just a nice little hit movement to get back in. And now you can see the Pie High faithful with a little bit of a lull there, but everybody with their white out feeling pretty good.
Yeah, that was just a weird stoppage, a weird play. Would love to hear what the officials would have to say about that call.
And just an odd final verdict, right? Extra point is good, and Pioneer down only 2 points now.
So now we go back to the clock. And see, this is what happens sometimes when teams are up and you play the clock will play you. And now you're getting the bad side of it because the clock looks like it is in the Pioneers' favor with so much time up there on there. The Pioneers are jumping for joy.
If the Pioneers were ever going to take advantage of their silly kickoff game, this is it right here, right? Like, I've been waiting literal years for something awesome to happen. says the River Red alum, obviously. But this, I'm beside myself waiting for this. Like, I'm just so excited finally. This is the culmination of many years of being frustrated with this, being annoyed by this, and here it is for me.
And the way they do that formation, it's almost like you got blockers going up, you're dribbling the ball as a kicker, and you're just going to catch it yourself. It's an onside kick to yourself. And you got a bunch of blockers up there. I think that's why they designed this play like this. It's just not been executed.
Well, and Huron is all set for shenanigans. Their almost entire team up at the 50-yard line, 10 yards away.
They're thinking like you are, buddy. Not this time. I just had to.
That was the chance.
I just
that
had
was their
to.
chance. Well, and now it's straight. You can see some of the Huron players backing up. They can still kick the onside.
They can still do it.
But no, they boot it deep. Santana Jones off his hands, just fall. He's still trying to keep it alive and makes a move to the right. Blockers in front. Gets up to the 39-yard line. Wow, that could have been disastrous.
Did you
but
see
he kept his head about it.
Oh, man, he kept his head about it the entire play. He set that block up and the defender up. Watch, Menzago goes in where he thought he was going to go. Up the sidelines goes Jones.
Well, he ended up tripping up over his own dudes. Shama thought he'd hit himself in the head like, oh, that was me. I tackled my guy. But they've got to be just over the moon with where their field position is right now.
All right, let's set it. 1 timeout, River Rats. 2 timeouts, Pioneers. This is where first downs are needed. You need 2, maybe 3 first downs, and you can ice this game.
But how are you going to get them?
Yeah, run. Man, it looks like they're missing a player on the Huron sideline.
Oh, there he is. How you missed that guy? He's huge.
And you got 5 seconds to snap the ball. You're going to catch a penalty here. 1.
Diego Romero there gets in. They got the playoff seemingly.
Oh, big play.
And still hands it off to Jones, and Jones still gets the first down.
Yeah, I think that, oh, man. I'm hearing whistles. Is there a penalty? It looks like there's going to be a flag on the play, folks.
Well, and I'm curious. Like, we can see number 4 there. We can see Nate Sidney there.
And they're pointing against the River Rats.
Illegal shift is the call.
Are you? Wow.
Well, and I wonder if that goes to them not being set. I mean, would that
they
just
were
be more
hurried.
of that?
They were very hurried. They were going. Let's see. And it comes from the official that's on the Pioneer sideline that's getting influenced by the Pioneer coaches.
You think Coach Griggs might have been talking to him?
How about that
might have
one?
heard his voice?
So now behind the chains of the Rats on first.
1st and 15 to go here. I mean, I just got to imagine you just keep giving it to Santana Jones.
Yeah, but if you're the Rats, don't snap this ball until the official is giving you the signal for the last 5 seconds and then snap it. Run the clock down as much as you can.
Right, you're going to make that defensive line of the
now
Pioneers extra antsy.
Same play.
There's Jones off to the right, same play. Right you are. Gets just past the 40-yard line on that one, but playing the clock.
Playing the clock. And right now, a first down will gain you probably right around a minute and 50 seconds. So this first down's huge right here to pick it up because you can almost ice the game. Great play there.
Massive hole to the right side that Jones found, but gobbled up quickly by those Pioneer defenders. Their D-line has done an awful lot tonight. They're quick. They've always got their heads about them.
And they got probably about 8 players on the offensive and the defensive line. They're coming with pressure.
Yeah, they know a run's coming. They're ready for it.
Whoa. Some extracurriculars. Don't get a penalty, 31.
Yeah, a little bit of extra stuff up the field there. Well past the first down.
Yeah, Napier's getting blocked up the field. And I mean, look at 31 right here at the bottom of the picture. He's getting manhandled by a couple blockers, 2 blockers, and at the end of the play, he just didn't like it. They kept going. Luckily, the officials weren't keeping an eye on that play.
No, you don't see a play like that very often, like you said. And we had a timeout there. Like you don't see that the 2 guys on one player. And yeah, I think he was just sick of both guys up in his grill.
I'm blocked 20 yards down the field.
Right, exactly. There's nothing I'm going to do about this.
Feel like a blocking sled or something. I think that timeout was called by Pioneer because they have 1 left remaining. Man, that's the way you block if I'm Jalen Cater.
Yeah, he just had to wrestle his way away from
Keeping feet moving. Block to the whistle.
3:27 to go now here in this 4th quarter. Tight matchup here between the River Rats, up 2 points against Pioneer. Pioneer on senior night. Pioneer in those all-black uniforms, purple helmets. River Rats in their white and the dark helmets, numbers on the helmets. I always like that.
A little movement there, no flag.
Santana Jones brought down. Great effort by one of the Pioneer D linemen to hold on to that ankle and not let go.
They're stopping the clock for a reason.
Well, we had a couple of Pioneer players.
Oh, timeout. They called Pioneer.
Yeah, well, we had a couple of Pioneer players pointing, saying that they got the ball, but that was wishful thinking.
Yeah, and wow, this game comes down to this play, folks. I mean, this 4th down, let's see, does he get to the line to gain? No,
he ran into that scrum of dudes, but that was a great tackle.
Yeah.
Pioneer is now out of timeouts. Huron has 1 remaining.
So now Pioneers exhausted their timeouts. You get this 1st down, you can pretty much say we're going to win this game in the Ted Eisel Trophy if you're those Rats in that huddle. And they just cannot throw the football. No crazy, I want to do something, out coaching you plays. This is where you want to lean on that big line of scrimmage and get that half yard.
I mean, looking at where the sticks are, it looks like a yard. The sign says 3 yards. I'm completely thrown off because they're playing the Macarena.
Yeah.
So there's that. That's happening.
But it is a half yard here. Quarterback sneak. This is going to be the tush push. This will be the tush push.
Everybody's in super tight. Willis under center. We've barely seen that as a thing. Like you said, all coming down to this 4th and short. Moving forward, and those big. And Willis never went down. Man, he just hustled through that line and picked up that 1st down. Yeah, Willis seemed like he was down and maybe just short, and then all of a sudden he comes up high-stepping 3 yards later.
Yeah, no more timeouts for Pioneers. Great job here by the offensive line and holding on to the ball for Willis. Almost, cracked that one to the house.
Yeah, I don't think the Pioneers realized that he still had it up. Yeah, he just snuck through those players and got out there.
And right now, the Huron coaching, they're doing a great job. Now is when you can take a penalty for delay of the game and move yourself back 5 yards. You're not in a hurry now.
Well, I think they're more likely to take a penalty for another offensive procedure. We got a whistle there. There's a timeout there by Huron. They just got to get their guys straight and get their guys set up. Like that's kind of a bummer that they got to waste a timeout. They got to stop the clock, but they want to make sure that they know what's going on down there.
I agree. They got to make sure, but I'm just shaking my head that they didn't make sure before the timeout. You want to save that timeout in case something happens, coaches. And right now, if something happens, you don't have that timeout. So line up or either take the penalty. The 5 yards aren't going to hurt you. Yeah. You're playing against that clock.
Yeah, we're set up for chaos with no timeouts. And we've seen some
chaos.
Crazy plays, both sides of the ball here tonight. And there's a very strong possibility that continues to happen.
And with so many athletes out here, it only takes a really tricky bounce of that ball and the center quarterback exchange. That's the biggest part right now. Make sure that you get it.
Well, and I think that's one of the reasons why Willis is directly under center. They're not going to let any little problems arise. There is Jones. He almost could have broken that one away.
Wow, he fumbled and got it back. I don't believe that.
Just a fortunate turn of offense for Santana Jones.
Wow.
And the River Rats living dangerously. Here's that chaos we were talking about, but that one just ended up on the River Rats side.
Watch this run here. I mean, first, it looks like he was going to go the entire way. Farha. There's a Farha coming in and stripping the ball. He tackled the football smartly, and you know that's what is going to happen. Is there another penalty out there?
I never saw a flag, but they're standing around like
Clock's
that's a
not
thing
moving
that happened.
too.
Discussion continue. Oh yeah, there is a flag down there. It's right down next to both the officials. Wonder if they maybe
and they're talking
face mask?
to Gary. Usually don't talk to any of the players. They're usually talking to each other out there or the coach.
Well, I mean, Gary got himself in the mix, so maybe that's why.
Unsportsmanlike, Pioneer.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Huron.
That's on Huron, the way he was pointing. Wishful thinking by the alumni up here, I think is what that was.
Ooh.
So that's going to push him back 15, and that's going to be suddenly another problem for the Rats
Man,
with
what can we
2:17
see?
to go.
Maybe we'll see that on the replay. Let's see.
Ball is moved back to the Pioneer 49-yard
They're saying that there was some punching. So
yeah,
I
think that they're talking about Pioneer doing some punching in
right.
there.
I think
and maybe trying to get to the football.
Yeah, I think they're politicking. Like we were getting punched, we were getting hit.
But again, the call goes against the River Rats.
Well, they're always going to call the second person that gets it, right? They're always going to call the retaliator. Yeah, those two Huron players were hell-bent on saying that it was Pioneer, and maybe it was, but if they were the second ones, if they were the retaliators, they're the ones getting it. Both sides into this one, they know that everything's coming down to these last 2 minutes, 6 seconds here at Holloway Field.
Yeah, cowbells, people screaming. This is the action I love.
Another handoff to Jones. Jones still manages to carry a couple of guys out.
Yeah, but you know what they told him in that huddle? 2 hands on that football, son.
Yep. Be ready for those punches.
Oh, they're coming at you.
Be ready for those rip moves.
Now here is, see, this is where you run the clock all the way down. It's 3rd and 17. No timeouts in your pocket for Coach Love. Line them up. Take it all the way down to almost 0, maybe.
I mean, you could even take the penalty, I think, honestly.
And look at that.
That's a great job by Jones. I mean, just the fact they didn't go down, he's buying himself a few extra seconds
Extra time. That clock is still moving.
Yeah, that's a really quality play by Jones.
No passes, guys.
1:13
no passes,
to go.
guys.
Willis going right.
No
Looking right. He's got his man. He's got Sidney off his hands.
What the heck
and
are
that
you
is off his hands, and that's going to stop the clock for the Pioneers.
Wow. I don't believe it.
They're going for the dagger, Kevin Bryant. They are going for the dagger.
The dagger the wrong way. You just gave your opponent an opportunity to possess the ball, and you got a couple Farhas on that squad. I mean, why are you throwing the ball?
Well, and Willis was under duress most of the way. Made a really nice throw.
I mean, Sidney's going to make a play look good anyway. He's that good of an athlete. But if you want to give him the ball, throw him a nice little hitch pass. Let him break tackles and run upfield. You don't throw the ball downfield like that.
And now 4th down upcoming for the River Rats. 4th and very long, 4th and 15. More penalties.
They got a false start on one of the River Rats. Why are they lining up to go for it? Why aren't they punting the ball?
I mean, maybe.
Maybe. What?
Jones is out there. Jones has been punting.
Now the punt team's coming in.
Now the punt team is out there.
Wow.
So I wonder if they were trying to pull the Pioneers off sides. Here we can see that a 3rd down attempt one more time. That throw led him nicely. Well defended, expertly defended by Sori Ensane, though.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, you don't throw that pass. I'm sorry. You got to stop playing Madden and call the game the right way.
There's Santana Jones. That's that one. Ensane.
Oh, wow. He touched the ball.
He touched it. Now
they can't advance it. It'll be there. That'll be Huron football. They can't advance that much. But... oh, man.
I can't imagine why Ensane would even think about touching that one, let alone try to make something happen. Maybe we can see something on the replay, because
there might be a penalty for people running out onto the field, too, for Huron.
Yeah, there's still 56 seconds to play here. So here we can see the punt away. Insane has it in front of him. And for some reason, just going for it.
Wait a minute. He marked the fumble there with the bag, and now they're giving the ball to Pioneer.
Well, I don't understand how that could possibly be for Pioneer. They can't down
the ball. Oh my goodness. If these officials have any type of union card, it should be torn up in the parking lot. So it is going to be Huron ball. They'll be able to take some knees and get out of here. 1 or 2 knees. And that should do it. What a crazy finish of this crosstown rivalry game. Now all we need to see is if Eve Claire brought out that trophy so the River Rats can take this trophy home, the Ted Heisel trophy, because all we need to do is take 2 knees, and that is all she wrote. Could not imagine this game ending like this. Huron goes from giving an opportunity for Pioneer to possess the rock, and now what happens? We get to wait for this celebration, and a celebration the River Rats, oh man, they really, really needed this. This will make up for a long season for these young men. They're winning against their crosstown rival. That last knee will do it. 25 seconds will tick down, and look at these boys. Bottom of the screen there, but we're going to take a quick break as Nick runs down there on the field to try to find our key player of the game as the River Rats come away with the original crosstown rival, 28-26. We'll be right back, folks.
Thanks, Kev. Down here with Nate Sidney, sophomore. He just yelled at me, I'm 15, so you are a young guy, but human highlight reel tonight. What was your play of the game for you?
The one-handed catch at the end.
One-handed catch was amazing. We saw so many good things, but you were doing it offensively. And tell me about your defensive efforts here tonight, too.
I don't usually play defense, but this game I had to step up because we had some people missing. So I just did what I had to do, and you see I got an interception.
You should be proud of yourself. You should be proud of your whole team. Tell me about winning this game on this field.
It means a lot because, you know, the rivalry's been going on for a lot of years. And my 2 coaches, Alan Kennedy and Jamonte Love, played for Huron 20 years ago, and they played in the playoffs. So it feels nice, you know?
I'm sure it feels nice, and then some. You made a lot of River Rats happy tonight. Great job. Thank you so much. Great job tonight. Kev, back to you.
Happy, Nick, I tell you. This one alumni up here in the booth is very happy with this 28-26 win. See, I'm losing my voice, for Coach Love and the River Rats. This will totally change around how they view this season, folks. Great game. I hope you watched it on YouTube, and if you do, just reach over to that like button, or even better, subscribe to us so you can never miss another CTN Sports broadcast. So for our entire crew, we had a big one tonight, and for my broadcast partner, Nick, I'm KB. We'll see you down the road.